Start recording. Boom! Back at it again with another Friday Q&A with Chocks A number
40. Is it 10 p.m. already?
Yeah.
It's not. It started early.
No. 10 p.m. mate.
Oh, is my laptop going slow now?
What? 55? Look at that, mate. You've been running on Chocks time.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? Can you hear us? Loud and clear, give us a holla holla if you can hear us. What is up, Marcelo? What is going on? Matius, Kalik, hey, John Morales. Peace. Fuck you. Peace. Fuck you. Yeah, I saw that. that shaft dude was like,
Yeah.
ew, I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, take it how you like it.
Absolutely. What is up, Michael Lai? We've got the Vince in the house. How's it going, Yamil Lopez? Have you recovered from New York Comic Con?
Yeah, you got Mo Heat.
Mo Heat in the house.
Got
What's
Michael
going on?
Lai.
Tobias Schmidt. How's it going, guys?
Jorge from Marvel Statues.
Is he back in the house? Where's he at?
What's up, people?
I don't see him. Where's he at?
See on when?
I don't see him. You see him on yours. He don't show me the love. He show you the love.
He should be down there.
He should be down there. What's going on? What's up, Matthew O'Donnell? Derek Baker. What is up, guys? We've got Kevin Hoel. How's it going? Michael Bonner. How's it going? How's Lydia? Have you guys recovered from New York Comic Con? Thanks for coming out to see us. It was an awesome to meet you guys. We've got Celine in the house. There is Marvelous Statues, aka George.
See?
AKA Jorge, depending if he's been a good boy or a bad boy. Depending on that, will be what his name is. Let me just turn that around because it's a little bit angled like that. Hide anything that's naughty.
Hey,
That's all
Christina.
good.
Thanks for joining.
What is up, Jeffrey Lee? Shout out to Jeff. How's
he?
it going, mate? Yeah, here, down there.
Oh yeah,
I
just
see him
joined
there.
on mine. Yeah.
How's it going, Michelle Rodriguez? I believe
Michelle.
you and Johnny DeJesus are going to be getting your first figure from us. I believe that's going to be Crash exclusive. Correct me if I'm not correct. What is up, Becca? Looking forward to hearing your opinions
Hey,
on
Amanda.
Ornstein himself, and that's Ornstein, S-T-E-E-N, and not Ornstein. Let's
getting a lot of
get
that.
it right. What is up, Nana Say? How's it going? Adam Tiley in the house. You got the Birmingham MCM's crew in the house
Yeah,
there. The meetups right there.
How many in total now? 10?
Oh, Saitama, but
dozen?
yes, my first. Nice. Saitama. Say that again?
The Jesus.
De Jesus. Francesca Del Zalti. You have to leave soon. Well, I appreciate you coming to say yo. How's it going?
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. What's up, Alicio? Did you miss us? We missed you. Obviously we were chilling out in New York, but we certainly
Mr.
weren't
Bucci.
chilling. Mr. Bucci. What is going on, Prowich? Yes, I did delete your post because no, I don't want to see those stands. He by whatchamacallit. The link busting. I was like, right, delete that shit.
Really?
Yeah. I ain't looking at that when I'm on the toilet.
I've been offline for
when
a
I'm on the
week.
toilet, that's the last thing I want. What is up, Ramon Koch? What is up, Daz Taylor? Yo. Becca McCookie says Orny is a masterpiece, and in German it's Ornstein, as in Einstein. Indeed. I see your comments on that. I appreciate the kind words on Ornstein, as in mango. Steen. As we said over here in Hong Kong. We got two boy in the house. How's it going, mate? We got Troy Blair. We got Jessica Castic. What is going on, Jessica? A lovely admin.
See,
Holding it
it's
down.
not showing on mine.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Weird.
Jessica.
What is going on, Daniel? We got Ashley Pace. That's 102 peeps, Chocks. Give us a high five.
Well,
that
that was
is
quick.
3 lucky winners for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at random by Chuckles. Daniel Benitez, is this your first ever Q&A? Because there is more than just a recap. The recap of New York Comic Con is just but one part of this week, and that is a week in review. We also follow it up with a Friday Q&A, and last but not least, a Hoedown, as always. Looking forward to that,
Hey,
to
Mr.
see
Greg.
who's going to be a lucky loser, or should I say lucky
should we
winner?
say,
Who
'cause
will
there's two.
indeed, maybe more than one. What is going on, Jose? What is going on, Billy? Mate, Denise in the house, Kip, offering the support for Gamescom should we ever go that way. What is going on, Greg Michalowski? It's a shame you couldn't make it to this New York Comic Con. Maybe there is future opportunities, it would be nice to see you. Indeed. Daz Taylor's liking the Aku Aku.
Victor,
what is
hello.
going on?
First time watching your
Hey,
Q&A.
Victor Carrillo. Thanks so much for popping your Friday Q&A with Chocks A. Cherry. What I want to do with the big 4-0.
Were you a New York Comic Con attendee?
Anybody has joined here from New York Comic Con would love to see that. That would be awesome because that would,
Please give us a shout out if you actually joined NYCC and watching this stream tonight.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. Absolutely. Let's see if we've got any other questions. So is everybody okay?
Bud C.
We've got Bud C in the house. We've got something cool to discuss about that a little bit later on. One thing, you guys can read the comments extremely fast. That is absolutely alright. Shafaya Iqbal, also known as Shaf Serious. What is going on, mate? Yo, Dream Team says, Bud, what is going on?
Yo.
We got Andreas Paluski saying, Polowitz saying, Gamescom is just an hour away and he would support us. Much appreciated for that support. We are looking forward to possibly doing that. One thing that we're going to do with part of the sort of assessment of New York Comic Con is to see what cons should we be doing and see what is going on there. How we got Christian Hernandez in the house, also known as Christian 3-Punch Man Hernandez. If you haven't had a chance to check that out,
3-Punch Man?
Yeah, I will show you exactly why he is 3 p.m. And that's not a time of day. We have Andres joining us. What is going on, Law? Thank you very much for joining us. It is appreciated. We got Arnold Hagen in the house. What is up, guys? William Hill, thank you all for
The bookies.
joining.
We've got the bookies in the house.
William Hill. Absolutely. 3:07 from Matthew O'Donnell, and 3 p.m. is Mr. Christian Hernandez. I'll show you the reason why afterwards.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it funny?
It says stop, Alex.
Is it funny?
It's awesome. It's
Alright.
awesome. What is up, Shane? Brazil, how's it going, mate? Right. It is 13th of October, and it is, of course, Friday the 13th. Anybody who's superstitious, did Friday the 13th become popularized by the films?
It's supposed to be unlucky as well, right?
I think it was unlucky first, and then it was popularized
Unlucky
that by the
first,
films,
then
and that was that
popularized by-
Jason, yeah?
Yes.
Jason Voorhees.
That's right.
Absolutely. RIP stream, is it all working for you guys? What is up, Jasmine? Thanks for joining us. What's all this about Christian? Well, I'll let him be the one to tell you. If not, PM me and I will show you the 3 p.m. Maybe a Jason TT, says Shane, if we were going to be doing... Jocks.
What?
You have opinions on this. If we were to ever venture and dabble in the realm of, the sort of
Movie classics.
movie horror classics,
Right.
what would tickle your fancy? You're gonna tell me it's gonna be Chucky, isn't it?
It could be Chucky.
Would that
Well, it's a
not be?
close tie. A close tie between Chucky and Freddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Krueger.
Huh. Is there something to do with the sounding E at the end?
E? Why?
Freddy,
Oh, no.
Chucky.
Ah. But it's spelled differently, though.
Sure.
One's with Y, one's with IE.
Indeed.
Yes, but those were great films back in the day.
Back in the day.
Watching, obviously it's supposed to be over 18, but as kids you always watch these gory films.
Has there been a film that you've watched that you were like, oh shit, I shouldn't have watched that?
Totally scared and then stopped
Yeah.
it?
Or not totally scared and stopped it, but
No,
nah,
I don't think so.
nah.
Maybe there's some of the gross stuff, not like jump scare films,
Right.
like really like bloody and gory type of films. Actually, somehow, like
So
recent years, I've been the centipede thing. I watched that.
I've watched 1 and 2, mate, so I know what's up. The human centipede.
Yeah. It's like I had to stop that. I don't know why. Yeah, it got to a point. I was like, ooh, I feel like throwing up. Yeah.
But you didn't want to do that if you were part of the chain, especially if you were part of the middle link.
Yeah.
I would say there was one. My dad travelled a lot with his work, and mum was oblivious, just the Chinese mum taking the kids to the local blockbusters. And I was, I don't know, 8, 9 at the time. And we were like, hey, mommy, let's watch a film. She's like, okay, let's go blockbusters. And like, the first thing we get was fucking RoboCop.
Really?
Yeah. Like RoboCop. And then there's this, mum's like, yeah, whatever. And like, she doesn't pay any attention to that sort of shit. What's this big 18? Don't worry about that, mummy. And then I can remember distinctly watching that. And it was the scene where he gets one of the baddies falls in a vat of fucking acid. And
yeah. And the van smashed into him, right?
Splattered across the windscreen.
That's pretty good effects for back in the day. Though.
Back in the day. And also, I think it was Batman, just Batman 1? I guess it's Batman.
Really?
Was it called or was it the Dark Knight? No, what was it called?
Batman Returns.
No, the original. No, it wasn't Returns. It was the one where he meets Joker. So I guess it's the first one.
The first one, just Batman.
Just Batman, yeah.
Where he
holds
Batman.
some dude's hand. It's like an electric shocker, and the guy just gets like fire on his neck, and he turns into a skeleton. Like, holy shit! I'm shitting myself for the next couple of years, and I refuse to shake anybody's hand by then. But that may be what was going on. Mirrors scared me big time. Never seen it. Look forward to checking it out. I'm a big fan of all kind of horror films. Really like them. Guys, very, very happy. And I want you to really, really take advantage of this. It is my absolute honor to say that we have a guest speaker in the house today. And I'm going to be bringing him in a moment. And it is going to, I really want you to focus your questions and take advantage of any questions you may have. And so just prepare yourselves, because he'll be watching the comments, and he'll be joining us on stage or on camera very, very soon. And please be sure to take advantage of asking him any question. He's been very instrumental in things over here at F4F, and I'll give you more of a introduction once we have him on screen. Chocks, just want to bring that chair in the that chair in the middle like that, so we can get some space. I need to be over here, and we got that over here. All right, without further ado, let's get that handy over there.
Let's give some likes.
Let's give some likes and some hearts and some loves. We're going to introduce you to Mr. Two Boy. Yay! Come and join it. Hey! Check it out, guys.
Wish I looked right here, man.
Yeah, you want to be looking right
What's
at
up,
that.
guys?
So, let me just introduce Two. Two has been working with me since 2015. Now, let's do a recap of this. I was having some serious difficulty with Dante and his face, because it's that whole issue where you have old school games where it was Dante from 3, and it's so old that you couldn't really tell the face, low poly. And how do you translate that into a way that makes it
more polished and more detailed?
More polished, more detailed. So what I did was I got I think 3 or 4 artists. I basically gave them all the exact same task, which was, here's the concept, paint over it to give us some guidance on how to improve this. And Tool was one of 4, I think, that I gave the test to. And hey, here we are 2.5 years later, just over 2 years later, and still here, and he's come in all the way from America. He's out here chilling out with us for the next 4 days, and off the plane straight here, Q&A. That's how you do it. So guys, love for you to ask him any questions, whatever you have. Oh, I think it's crashed.
What, the comments?
Yeah.
It's still moving. It just moved.
I think it's because normally what happens is when there's everyone's like, hey, it then basically all
still moving.
It crashes. Let's see. All right. Click that in. All right, cool. Yeah, so you can see, actually it's not. You can see it's crashed over there. It's laggy, yeah.
Laggy.
Okay. So guys, absolutely, let us. Why don't you just give a bit of history about what you do? Shout out to your art station, a bit of your background, and then we'll take some questions from the group.
Sure. Well, I'll just be very brief. I started working with Alex 2015, starting with Dante, like he said. So what I basically do is I'm a 2D concept artist, and I just kind of guide the amazing 3D artists the international team that Alex has, just to make sure that the design process goes a little bit more smoothly. And if we have any anatomy issues or design issues, that's what I try to address as well.
Yeah. So why don't you say do you think is the most challenging project that you've done with us? Maybe the one that you've taken the most amount of time on. At least the ones that are announced, because this guy knows stuff. This guy knows some stuff.
Well, it's a lifelong process. You know, the more you practice, the better you get, of course. The hardest project, I guess, would be. Actually, I think Dante would be one of them.
You think so?
Yeah, just getting the likeness. There's so many subtleties of getting the likeness. And because so many players identify with the character, you don't want to disappoint them.
Right.
Right, so it's just getting the shape of the nose, I found, was the hardest thing. Because Dante, he has a very
Sort
sharp...
of beak nose.
Exactly.
And that kind of looks kind of caricature.
In a way,
Right.
yeah. But you have to make him look attractive at the same time. So
Absolutely.
I think we did many iterations, and I'm not sure what the current...
You haven't had a
development on
chance
it.
to see it recently, have
Right.
you? So we've got Johnny DeJesus asking the obvious question, when is the PO going to be happening? Tu can't answer that question, and I can't answer that just yet. We're still working on that. So let's talk about the snake.
The snake.
So you guys know what happened with the... right. You're like halfway
Yeah,
off the
I'll
screen.
squeeze in.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Alright.
So if we, Tool was also instrumental. At least I can tell you, like you may have found Dante hard.
Right.
For me, that was because that was just really focusing on the face.
Right.
Whereas there are other things that were also just, that was just the project on the face.
Right. But I should also mention, at the time when I started working with Alex, I was still doing 2D. It wasn't until recently that I started getting to 3D, where I could go into the files directly, the 3D files, and edit them myself. So it made
Yes.
the process a lot quicker.
Yeah, because
so
before,
there's less back and forth.
what used to happen was we would work with, I would give Tool some pictures, and I'd say, right, sprinkle some Tool fucking magic on that shit, to edit it in a way that, when it comes back to me, if I look at it and I think, okay, that's better, then I'll give it to the 3D artist, and the 3D artist would then come back with edits, but then they didn't quite always match up. Maybe it's also difficult because there's sometimes consistency
Right.
issues between one side and left side and right
Sure.
side. There might be some slight
Yeah.
differences.
I mean, it's just hard to really describe your aesthetics sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's just so many subtle details with the face that it's hard to get exactly right unless you go into the file and just edit it yourself, basically.
So Greg wants to know, have you done anything on Mega Man or Castlevania? Did you help me with Alucard's face?
I haven't
do
done
anything?
anything on Mega Man, but I've
Did you help me with? Oh.
we did a little bit of a
Yeah, we
Castlevania.
Did,
Yeah.
We've done some Castlevania stuff,
Yeah.
some future stuff that we've been
Right.
talking about. Have
on
we
the
announced
DL,
it?
right.
Yeah. Have we? Did you do anything for Alucard? We've announced Alucard.
I did work on the face a little bit.
We did a bit of this and
Yeah,
that.
it was the
and
same issues with getting the nose and the sharpness of the face.
that. Right.
It was also trying to translate something that was a 2D concept because
And a really low res 2D art concept as
Right.
well, or small, just small lines basically.
yeah,
with
and
not
trying
much
to make
show.
it 3D.
Absolutely. As Stacey's saying, it's really difficult to interpolate, interpret details that have never existed. You've got to sort of put
Right,
that and
so
make sure.
Basically, you're inventing detail.
Ex-
Right? You're filling in details.
You're filling in details, but making sure that it makes sense and that's consistent with the actual design.
Right. That it identifies with the original character.
That identifies with the original character. What's your favorite piece? James Pennington wants to know.
My favorite piece, actually, since I'm such a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, I really like working on Solid Snake's head.
So that was, as you guys know very, very well, it's all well documented between, what happened with Snake's original OG head into the new one. Tool was very instrumental in, that was like all hands on deck, that weekend, absorbing that information, just like pow,
Right.
pow, 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 pow.
All the feedback.
On the feedback, and we were working back and forth, and you were on your way to Japan. I was like, mate, you can fucking hold the
Yeah.
flight.
I was in Los Angeles getting ready to fly out.
Yeah, and we went back and forth on that a lot.
Right.
You showed me that, I'm like, well, let's get this. Then getting to the point where I was happy with it, then giving it to the other 3D artists to Tool Shank to like add some
Fill
more
in the
bits and
textures.
bats. Yeah, fill in the
And
textures and all that
whatnot.
sort of stuff. But this guy, I said to him, right, let's go. I want to see some concepts for a life-size bust for Snake. So that codex scene, it's the man here.
I also helped out
You
with
came
that.
up with that, and there came up some other ones. I'm saying that's not strong enough. Hits me with a codec, that shut me right up. So that's strong enough, and that was what I was happy to show into the club and to talk about that. So behind me is a fantastic support team. Absolutely massive credit to Tool behind the scenes working on that sort of stuff. So what did you guys think of that life-size Snake, and the revised head of Snake? That's the man right next to me right here. So Johnny Jason says, sorry if we ruined your flight.
Not at all.
So Nanase says, when you're creating a piece, how important is accuracy to you? How do you feel when people request changes to improve on accuracy on something that you design? I don't think that you get too much of that feedback. It's much more you and I directly contacting with us. So it's when I tell you, I think there's a less. I'm the wall between the Collectors Club and what I feed to you to say what I need to see. How would you say about that?
I mean, but at the same time, these are characters that people grow up with,
Yeah.
So you don't want to disappoint them. So if we're talking about accuracy in terms of getting the likeness just right, I'm pretty OCD with that.
Yeah, absolutely have to be. Otherwise, it's going to be.
It's just the nature of being an artist. You just really OCD with everything.
Yeah, have to be. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do the character justice.
Right.
So, I think one that we had a lot of back and forth on was indeed Saitama. I think probably because also it was my first time as learning as well for doing a first time anime character and understanding the kind of.
There's also an example of trying to translate something that's 2D, like anime, into a 3D.
Right. There's absolute challenges with regards to that. So for sure. Bud wants to know how is Bayonetta. I don't think you worked on anything with Bayonetta, did you? Not yet. Do you remember anything on that? If so, don't say anything. I don't think so.
Just backtrack a bit. I saw a question earlier on from Sean Wiggett.
Yeah.
Have you been involved with any Sonic models?
No.
Have you worked on a Sega Sonic?
No. I haven't.
You haven't done that one, no.
Not Sonic.
Not Sonic. Ask us some more questions, guys. Do you have an art blog online profile that we can follow and see more of your work, says Amanda?
I knew that was going to happen.
Actually, I do. My main portfolio page is www.artof2.com.
So art, A-R-T, of, O-F, 2TU.com, artoftool.com. Check it out. Or Zelda models. Have you done some stuff on Zelda models?
We'll make a post in the club about the profiles.
I will do, yeah. Okay, we'll do, yeah. In terms of, let me answer that question. There are definitely some vaulted stuff that's going to hopefully open up later on. That's definitely you've been a part of. Has any been stuff that we've talked about? That's been announced. There's certainly some vaulted stuff.
So which one?
Stuff that's kind of like
We
didn't get past first phase, kind of thing.
Yeah. The latest stuff. Did you work anything on True for Midnight? I don't think you did, right? That was before your time.
I believe I did.
You did a bit of True for Midnight?
We did work on the face and we did work on the bass, I think.
The bass. It's a nice looking bass.
I mean, that question or answer kind of leads on to what Nana is saying. Have any of your pieces been voted? If so, how does that make you feel? So let's say you were given a project, you worked on it, but unfortunately, for whatever reasons, the licensor says no, or we moved on to a different project, and you were like, shit, I spent like hours and stuff like that. Sure, you got paid for it, but how would you feel?
Well, how would you? How have you been feeling when that's been happening? Because it's not how would you theoretically.
It's pretty much just the nature of my career, After a certain point, you just kind of move on because there's always new projects in the horizon. So
Yeah.
Guess you gotta let go,
Yeah,
really.
you
It's
gotta
like
let go.
You gotta take the good stuff
you gotta
and the bad
accept
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the most difficult piece and favorite piece?
Difficult piece.
Like you said, we said this.
We mentioned
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Was
it's
a
Dante, and then the favorite piece was
Yeah.
was Snake. Yeah.
was Snake. Was
Snake and Saitama. Saitama was fun. Just getting that pose right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I found myself posing in front of the mirror, just to get a feeling, I guess.
Mm.
of
And
pose.
you know, sometimes the smallest tweak can make the biggest impact. I'll give you an example. Some of the work that Tool's done. For example, Artorias. One of the original things that we had with Artorias was that his right foot. You know how he sort of like bending like this. His right foot.
Initially, it was stretched
quite
out.
stretched out, right? Exactly, and it's like a very, very wide base, and it didn't have the sort of elegance that it has now. Just simply bending that leg back,
Bending the front leg.
the front
essentially.
leg, down, so it's not so far forwards, makes all the difference in the world. That's right, Johnny DeJesus. That's the website.
Yeah.
So definitely. Sometimes having the smallest comment can have a big impact. I'm like, you know what? I agree with these changes, etc., etc.
Right.
So, definitely, it's really useful to have people's opinions, and sometimes you need to. And I'm sure you find it as well. How does it feel when you're looking at something, and I come back right now? Not good enough. Keep going. Keep going. Sometimes you just need to.
Step away from it a little bit and just come back to it when you're ready.
How long do you normally do that? A day thing? A 2-day thing? An hour thing?
It just varies.
It varies.
Sometimes if you
Depends.
look something else and then you go back to it, you just start spotting something new.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth fixing.
Yeah. No, for sure. How did you get involved with F4F? Did Alex find you, or did you approach them?
Well, initially Alex posted a job thing on I think it was gameartisans.org.
Was it that, or was it ArtStation? It was one of them.
It was
Maybe
definitely
like-
Game Artisans
Okay.
because I don't think ArtStation was that prominent back
At
then.
that time, yeah.
And I applied, and the first thing that we did was Dante, and ever since then I've been working with him, as you mentioned.
Adam Tiley, what license would you like to see us get?
There's a lot.
What's the biggest license? Well, the license that you would most like to see us do.
I'm a big fan of Street Fighter, so
Oh,
to
I
be
know
honest,
now, huh?
yeah.
What's your favorite character?
Ryu, Akuma,
Akuma, yeah?
Yeah.
Akuma
for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. Of all the things you could have chosen, you had to go for the most busy, crowded one in literally licensing history.
That's where I learned all my anatomy from.
Did you like the Hoedown style? Or was it more about the original sprites?
I would say the original Capcom artists.
Yeah.
I was really big into.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. If you could suggest any new character to be created by F4F, what would it be? So that's what Sean said. Any other questions? Evangelion. Evangelion. Street Fighter. Yeah, indeed.
Akira
yeah,
would be
so
nice.
Akira, yeah?
Akira. Tetsuo.
Yeah. We, that was something that we tried to get way back when.
Right, I remember.
You remember, yeah?
Mhm.
And, unfortunately that got nowhere.
Right.
But that was a long time ago. That was before we got into this whole range of current animes that we're working on right now. Yeah. Anopam says, Tetsuo, indeed. What is up, Philippe? Thank you for joining us. How's it going? James says he likes the Hoedown art style, but Capcom has always treated Street Fighter with love. Mario versus Sonic. What's your fave?
Which ones?
Which one between Mario or Sonic, if you had to choose one?
Mario.
Mario, there you go.
Any reason why?
I was always a Nintendo guy.
Mm.
Yeah. Mario was probably the first game that I ever touched, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Akira confirmed. What's your favorite F4F piece you own? Do you even own any F4Fs?
Not yet.
It's actually quite nice for Tor to come over. It's the first time for him to ever be over here to see a lot of the work
in physical form, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, it's not like there has been that many that you've worked on actually in the marketplace.
Right.
I mean, obviously there's been like the development and stuff like that, but actually in the marketplace,
It's limited. Right.
it's going to be what? Artorias is probably the first one. I mean, that was
Yeah.
just a little bit of a movement. I mean, but in terms of physically in the marketplace,
Because when he was starting in 2015, he was developing stuff.
development stuff, and even
For that stuff is like 2017 onwards.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we would have made the prototype. Yeah, we would have put it for pre-order. But in terms of actually being in the marketplace,
Right.
you need some more time for that afterwards as well.
Yeah.
What is up, Richard Santiago?
Wait,
have you recovered from New York Comic Con?
Let's say because obviously some of the products has not been out in the market.
Right.
Which one would you like to go out first that you worked on?
That I worked on.
Yeah, the stuff that
we can announce.
The stuff that you kind of say you need to whisper.
It was going to be Snake, of course.
Right. Well, I'm not sure what exactly we can announce. So.
Yeah, don't do accidental leak.
Well, how long was that list? Because
How many-
guys?
how many
So basically,
people-
when Tu was in the office, he was obviously had a little task just to it's kind of a diary kind of thing, just jotting down on stuff that he actually worked on.
Mhm.
And there was a big for like 2 years, the period over that time. You actually how many projects you worked on?
I really counted it,
Yeah.
and it looks like there's 45 different.
I thought
projects.
35.
45.
45. Shit.
45 different projects
That's official now.
in a space of 2 years.
So
Ongoing as well, aren't they? The
Ongoing.
Yeah, ongoing.
Some of them are
projects.
still ongoing today, I assume.
what is up, Phoenix Wright? Absolutely. Brandon is saying, just tell us everything, spill the beans. James Wellington, Tool, you don't any of your own works. What do you mean by that, James?
Done any of your own work?
Mm.
You done any of your own work? Or
You don't own any of your own work?
No, I don't think he's
Yeah.
asking. Oh yeah, or
what do you
maybe
mean, James?
maybe he means that as in he doesn't have any F4Fs
Any
at this stage.
of
Oh,
the
you don't
FRFs
own
that I
any
made?
of your own works.
Phoenix Wright, bring him to us. What is up, Samuel? Thanks for joining. That looks like a new name.
Samuel?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see it on there.
You don't see it on that
I
side,
don't
no?
see it on my side.
But definitely in terms of the overall, it's amazing. Just, I mean, for example, Shenmue. I mean, it could be like something. Because for something, when we say 45, sometimes it can be something really, really complicated, and the work and the time that went into Guts, the time and the work into Saitama, is like 10, 20, 100 times the work that you did on, for example, Landi,
Right.
where I asked you to make that dragon print
Right.
higher resolution.
Yeah.
As an example, right?
Yeah, that's more of a straightforward assignment.
Different scales of the project.
Different
So-
scales of product. So there
yeah.
are some that it's been like that you could probably feel more ownership over, like, oh, that's my baby. That I've had a huge impact on
Mhm.
that piece,
Right.
versus something that's, oh, maybe just tweak a bit here, tweak a bit there. So
If you worked on Saitama's out in the market.
right, just
Just last month. Yeah.
yeah. So so you're saying proudest of was Snake, yeah. Obviously, just because of the heart and the soul. But having said that, of course, the crazy impact you had was on the face.
Right.
Overall, though, for example, you did way more work on Guts than you did on Snake, although you had a
I
massive
did.
impact
I
on
did.
working on that face. Of course, the
Right.
face is always so important. And do you remember our fucking face work on Guts was like ages as well? How we started off, we're like, holy shit, that started off
Yeah.
bad.
That's also because I was still strictly 2D at the same time. At the time, so there was a lot of back and forth between doing paint overs and then sending it back to our 3D artist
Yeah.
to fix it up, and then if it still didn't look right, then it would be sent back to me.
Yeah, and it would do like
So,
many
Yeah,
times.
so there was a lot of iterations.
Speaking of which, Tor, we need to get working on that Ivy head.
Ivy.
We've been doing a lot of back and forth on Ivy in 2D, and now that you've learned your 3D shit, you can just
Just jump
do
in.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a question from Alex Hughes. Have you ever argued about any decisions, changes Alex wanted making? probably offline, right?
To your wife.
I feel like it's always important to communicate professionally, you know, anything that you disagree with. But ultimately, you gotta respect the creative decision of the man.
Usually I go, nah. I need some more shit.
That's a good thing. Like for those
It's
guys,
not strong enough.
for
Keep going,
guys-
and then it comes back, and then that's what you do. You take
Right.
it, you take what you time, you
Yeah.
do what you need to do, and you come back, and then I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
interesting. Like for guys that are, because we get a lot of club members asking, hey, what's the process of this and that? Or I'm starting my own business. I'm a freelancer. How do I get in? Or like they want to get their first step into the business, first foot step into the business. Like, what kind of like hints and tips would you like give to the guys? Would you say, nah, don't fucking get into the business. It's tough as hell. Or
No, I wouldn't say
that. Or some artists might be like that.
Yeah,
It's like
so
it's like competition.
Do you have any? Do you have any sort of
Positive
advice
stuff, yeah.
or anything like that
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
offer to anybody?
How
who-
many years have you been working in the business? I mean,
Well, I went to art school for 5 years, and then I graduated 2009.
specializing in 2D, right?
Right, in 2D art.
Mm.
It's definitely a competitive field, but I would say that hard work pays off. So if you feel discouraged, just go back to your sketchbook, and if you practice every day, I say 2-3 hours a day, then you'll get better.
But even being better, it's no guarantee that you can get in. Like,
Yeah.
what
Right.
about, yes,
Well,
that's
just-
just raising
yeah,
your
sure,
skills. You can have the
but
skills.
Not just being persistent with your skills, but
Mm.
being persistent with applying for jobs like I did, going on the job boards and looking for any kind of jobs that was available.
Right.
Yeah. So I've applied for probably over 100 jobs or more in my lifetime, and I probably got rejected 90 times. So the 10 times you get accepted, you do get in, and at the same time you're developing your portfolio with the new work that you do. So
Yeah.
it's a lot about catching momentum.
Did you ever like, for example, like obviously over the time you built up your portfolio, did you ever like go to conventions and booths, have your own booth kind
Oh
of
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
I did a lot of that.
You still do.
I still do. Yeah. So just being active, because being an artist is not just a part-time job. You gotta be constantly pushing your craft and just
Of course.
pushing any way to get your work out there, and
Yeah.
get your name out there as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's see any questions. Getting into the industry is rough without contacts. Did you have any contacts at all?
I do, and it's,
But before you got in, did you have any contacts? You've got to start somewhere, I guess.
I would say the best advice is to not burn bridges. Even if you're in school, the friends that you make during school, one day they might become an art director or an art lead or whatever, and they might be looking for artists. And if you come to mind, then they'll look you up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it says this field as a grinder can be difficult as well. For me, it seems like many industries are quite
Yeah.
similar. I guess in the creative industry side, it's going to be just that harder. For sure. Cool, guys. Any more questions before we wrap this up? Let us know in the comments. I will also need to give you a screenshot of where the hell you need to go. Okay, do it like this.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we'll post Two's credits in the club after the stream, and if you guys have think of any other questions to ask to, just post that in the post. Like
I'll be more happy. More than happy to answer that.
like some upcoming designers out there, artists. Obviously it's like, oh, what's the process of that, or what tools you use, how many hours you spend on a particular project. How do you feel like working on something that you don't like, but you have to do it for the money? Just general, true life stories kind of questions. So hopefully we'll have more special guests like Two in the club. So maybe an artist, maybe a sculptor, like a kind of a inside industry talk kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool actually.
So we can get these.
So
get
yeah,
some
like
photos.
Brennan Wynn, do you ever start with clay? I mean, what's your favorite kind of like what's the word? Media.
Well,
Like medium. actually. Yeah, medium.
originally I'm a 2D artist, so
Right. So you prefer pen and paper, inking?
I would say I really prefer painting, traditional oils, but you know, as the industry goes, we do digital art, so that's just.
Oh, you like the originals, the original
Yeah.
style, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah.
So we can get this edited.
Vincent goes, have you worked on Meta Ridley?
No, I don't think so. Metal Ridley.
Did you do anything with that?
No.
Nana Say goes, have you had any previous experience with the statue industry before F4F? Or any, it might not be the statue, I mean like figures, cars.
Not extensively. I had a brief stint developing some Ninja Turtle toys that didn't really follow through for Nintendo and another company that I won't mention.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. How long ago was that?
Maybe a year before I met you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mike Welter goes, have you ever tried pixel art?
Pixel art? No. I would love to, but I haven't tried.
What's the pixel art?
Pixel art is basically
Just doing the dots.
yeah,
It's a bit like the
essentially.
8-bit stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, innit? If we did some 8-bit statues, would you guys? We had this kind of poll in conversation in the club a while back. You know, like because some of the statues that we work on are based on some of the classic characters. What would an 8-bit character or even a 16-bit character look like in statue form? I mean, guys that collect amiibos, you know that the 8-bit Mario has been done in a 3D kind of style, but it looks quite chunky. So it'll be quite interesting in statue form.
So just because I know you're going to be going, and on your screen, just want to make sure that you know. Here's a picture. You come out of the MTR station. You just show this guy. You go out of that, and you go in there. That's you go up there, and then you're there, right?
Yeah.
And then you just need to show him Caesar's Monarch. It's 178,
Yeah.
and then it's Siji Mingyuan. You just like that.
You just send this my way.
And so just make sure that it's working for you
Right.
offline, so that you can just show it to the taxi driver for that. Cool. Sorry about that.
Alex was just showing me the way out.
But yeah, you know, yeah, just how to get back to mine. So because obviously it's his first time in Hong Kong, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, come on the Friday Q&A. By the way, I'm not leaving till 1 a.m. And he's like, oh, how do I go home earlier? Well,
But it's amazing just to be here physically in Hong Kong after just communicating with Alex over the internet for 2 years. So thanks, Alex and
I
Chuckles
appreciate
for
it.
this experience.
I appreciate that. You know, but
And
what-
thanks
It's
you
first
guys.
time.
yeah.
Without you guys, of course, I wouldn't be here as well.
We're nothing without the fans. Absolutely,
Yep.
we can't do it.
It's
without our
cliche to say,
customers.
but it's true.
It's 100% true. 100% true. Dave is going to ask you, what's your favorite game?
That's a very hard question. Metal Gear Solid 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Hmm.
Or Bioshock Infinite. Or Street Fighter.
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea that you put MGS1 so highly.
And he worked on it.
That's why it was one of my favorite projects to work on.
Well, you've been working on Psycho Mantis as well,
Right.
but we won't talk about
Right.
what part of that.
Yeah.
Shh. Absolutely. Same. Dave says his is favorite as well.
Right on.
Cool. About to grab that snake sample. It's just outside. Awesome. Right.
I'll grab it on my way out.
My man, I appreciate you coming over. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will see
Nice
you
meeting you, man.
tomorrow.
I'll see you guys around. Yeah. Thank you guys. Peace out.
All right, sweet. You remember where you're going? You're hitting the ocean. You're turning left.
I'll call you.
You then,
No,
but you
I
can't
know
call me.
the
That's
way
the
out.
point.
Yeah.
I'm worried that you can't call me.
I was just kidding. I know my way out.
And remember, you hit C when you get to the to the station.
Yeah.
There may not be some taxis. Just wait. It'll come. You know where to be waiting at the taxi stand. $22 at the most, as long as there's not some crazy traffic. All right.
Shouldn't be at this time of night.
I will drop a message to Kanako just to say that you'll be sort of relatively on their way. Have you seen Kanako come on the stream?
No, I don't think
You haven't
she-
seen her come on the stream. She probably is.
Cedric goes, how can he not call you in Hong Kong?
Because he doesn't have any. He
Doesn't
doesn't
have
have
a
a
SIM.
SIM card. So let's turn to back now. Just in case you fell asleep. What is up, guys? So, obviously, mad shout out to Tool. Thank you so much for giving us a bit of insight, and I'm glad that you guys got a chance to see that. Very, very, appreciative of having the team behind me. We're nothing without the guys behind, the whole operation as well. Everyone plays their very, very important part. Even the smallest thing can have the hugest impact. Artorias being a great example. Just something wasn't quite right, and that leg was not. So
Which part did 2 worked on for Artorias?
So basically, before, right, his pose was literally. Maybe get this other way. Right?
Doing the splits.
It was like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all you needed to do was just bring that forward like that. A bit more weight. Right now, the balance of the gravity is sort of like this, but it's actually quite an easy stance to be sort of pushed forward and backwards.
Yeah.
Because if you put more weight, because if you look at Artorias, much more weight on his front foot, giving you more of a sense of strength in that pose. So that, just something like that, just reducing it by like 30 or 40 degrees has that kind of impact.
She just came on your
Okay,
screen.
Chags, just to let you know that Tool is making his way back, so he'll probably be back home in about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, depending if Tool doesn't get lost. If he does get lost, if he's not at home within an hour, Chags, call the Popo, because someone's got lost. No, for sure. So, peace. Take it easy, mate. Cheers, Tool.
Good night.
Night, mate. Alright, sweet. It is now time for...
Not yet weekend review.
Is it not?
Not yet. I've got some stuff to go.
Okay.
Some like special, like the weekly kind of
Yeah.
important news that everyone asks every week.
Yeah, go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask and various suit updates. Because obviously we missed last week. Guys, apologies, haven't been online last week. So we missed out the weekly Monday reward points giveaway. And we also missed out last week's TT, but we'll go into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
And obviously we didn't have a live QA. But most importantly,
Majora's Mask. Okay, well.
So update on that. Because we did mention that to some of the NYCC attendees.
Well, as what I've always said before, Majora's Mask was based on the fact that we were, waiting for the team to have some time. Obviously, they've been crunching for the DLC for...
The team as in the licensors team.
I guess it's not even the licensor team, it's more like the development team in NCL, in Nintendo of Japan, to have some chance to review it. And I was told that we may get feedback next week. And that's the first time I've ever heard that, to give us a specific time. Now, that feedback is either yes, it's either no, whatever it will be, as soon as the ball is in our court or not in our court,
But right now it's a May.
Get something next week. So keep you, which is something better than not.
I believe last week there was some public holidays in Japan as well.
Was there?
Yeah. I usually go by this website. Hey, but it works.
Well, there you go.
Let's see. It was this week. They had a public holiday on the 9th.
Right.
Which is the Monday. Whilst we were still in US. So it was a 4-day week this week. So
it was also a holiday on Monday in the US as well.
Are
you sure that's not US based?
Nah, man, this is Japan. This is Japan. It's definitely Japan.
I don't know if it's a global thing. So, that is definitely something that I will be doing. What is up, Alex Walker? Yeah, so that's hopefully we can get some news for that.
Jaws Mass. So okay.
Various is still with us. I've been heard from the team that they will have something ready for us next week on that. That moved. Crash got Chocks.
Well, okay. So since we came back, we've been seeing a lot of Crash exclusive PVC out in the wild.
3? 3? Anything more than 3? I saw only about 3.
Probably more now. Probably about half a dozen. So far, yeah.
So it started.
Yeah. So it started because obviously for Asia region and US region, Brenda has already taken the final payment and things are being shipped out right now at this very moment. So things are going to be trickling out over US region and Asia region. I've been told that the EU region should be taking, final payment should be happening next week. So it's going to be like Monday onwards. Once the final payment's been taken, that's going to go out as well. And that kind of leads on to where's Canada? Well, since yesterday morning, quite a few members have noticed that the Trello calendar, if you can find that on the schedule section on our website, there's a estimated shipping calendar there. There's been a movement from November to December. Items such as Sif and Nightmare, and unfortunately Sif has still some matters that needs to be looked into, the ring in particular, so that might delay a couple of weeks on that, which in turn affected the other items in that shipment lot, because we have to put everything within the same container, so we have to ship that out. So sometimes it has a butterfly effect. So unfortunately, the Crash PVC for Canadians will be part of that shipment as well. So that's my understanding. But I'll make sure that we'll keep in touch with the production team and the shipping team to make sure that that delay isn't going to be too long. Because obviously you guys know that we have to ship these things. It will take about a month's time to get these items to the warehouses. So I've been told that this stuff should be shipping out mid
James Bennington, what's that whirring noise?
Oh, that's the fan. It's really hot in here tonight. Yeah, so mid-October to end of October, that stuff is going to be shipped out. So it'll probably get to the warehouses at the end of November, early December. So when we say December, hopefully it's not end of December. Hopefully
I believe not.
Yeah, it should be beginning.
I'm going to push the team to try and see if we can push that up a little bit faster.
Yeah, we want to get that stuff out before Christmas. And then a lot of people have been asking, since I came back, a lot of people are asking what's happening with the Dark Souls rings from the partnership, Torch. Latest update is that those items going to be shipped to us in the Hong Kong office sometime Monday, Tuesday next week, because it's Friday now. And then once we checked it internally, it's okay. We get that shipped straight away to our warehouse nearest to us, which is China, and then that will catch the same container that's gonna go out with the rest of Sif and Nightmare. Touchwood, those go out smoothly. So those rings should be hitting those shores around about end of November, early December as well. So that's the latest information I've got for those items. And then shortly after Sif and Nightmare, we should have news with regards to Fighter Kirby and Silver the Hedgehog. That's right.
Right, yeah, that's coming along nicely.
Yeah, and I've been asked, not just in the club but in NYCC, what's happening with Prince and Dip from Calamari Damasi. I believe we switched.
We did.
We switched factories.
And they've just made the counter sample, which is pretty much done. So now we're going to be going into production for that.
Yeah.
That should be pretty straightforward.
But we're going to make sure that counter sample is as good as the one that we showed in the documentary. Yeah. So guys, that's all the information with regards to the current products. Solaire, there's been a few products that might have been pushed back with regards to payments, like Solaire, for example. So don't worry about that. Just go by the original email where we will update everyone and send out another email if once payment is ready to be taken. We'll probably give a good 2 weeks notice before that happens. So, because a lot of people have been PMing about when's this, what's that. So yeah, we know what's up, guys. I mean, there's a lot of back end stuff that needs to be improved, and we're working on that intensely. It's definitely one of our top priorities right now to make sure that everything catches up in the back end.
Yeah.
Because we hate to see delays as sitting on both sides of the fence as a company and as a collector. 1 or 2 month delay is fine sometimes in this hobby, but any more than that, it gets a little bit frustrating. So
Of course.
yeah, we're working on that, guys.
Yeah, and also I've put some things in place I'm testing out to see if we can improve efficiency on that.
So
Cool.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
that
that's it.
note,
Yep.
it's time to go to Week in Review.
we've got an hour left.
Week in Review.
Oh, sorry, 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I need to put. I pushed. That didn't work. Hold on. To go over here. Put video.
Hey
capture.
PJ,
Oh.
nice meeting you guys at NYCC. Awesome. Did you do the statue giveaway? I mean, a lot of people actually PM'd in the club saying, "Hey guys, I did the statue giveaway. I tagged you guys, but I've totally forgotten the URL or you know, don't know how to enter the competition. Hope you guys picked up the leaflet as well. All the information is there. Just go straight to that URL, and then the deadline's November the 1st. I'll have to make a post on the main page as well, just to remind guys that they still have time to enter the statue giveaway.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're doing the Week in Review.
That was nice. Zoom.
Did he?
I don't know. Is it? Look, it's zooming in.
Oh, that makes it all much better, yeah. Cool. Well, let us talk about the big NYCC. It's hard to not do the week in review without actually, obviously, first addressing that. That was pretty difficult. Was ultimately enlightening. I did a massive recap post, and thank you so much for the support that came out of that post as well. You know, just people being interested in what we had to say, people sort of appreciating the transparency, and a lot of people offering help. Chocks, you saw that, yeah?
Which one? The retrospective.
The retrospective, yeah. You know,
I saw
so
that,
mad love to the community on that. I mean,
Yeah.
just as always they're there for us, and we really appreciate that a lot. In terms of the Chocks, do you want to do the next bit for part of the because you have a lot of stuff
this?
going on there, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I've been offline for the past week, so I'm just been catching up and see what you've been posting. And apparently, you've been quite busy posting stuff in the club. Yeah.
I've had time, clearly.
You have time, clearly, yeah. So
you were busy telling someone how to enter the statue giveaway.
Yeah. So just a brief, in a nutshell of what Alex has been posting over the course of the NYCC time frame. You've been posting quite a lot of thank you posts. You've been thanking myself, Jeff, and even John, and some of the collectors, members that actually came onto the group as well. Jeremy, Michael, Christian, etc. The Restero brothers. So thanks to those guys. Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate for the gifts as well. I got a couple of Red Bull drinks, and we also got a special gift from David. You guys can see that.
It looks like the wrong way around. It should be like
Really?
over
That way. All right. So thank you very much for that, David. And we, over the course we showed plenty of pictures of Bowser, Alucard, etc. I'm sure.
Haven't got Wizbowski's, picture of us here. Still at home. I need to bring that in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you've been posting those as well. Some of the cosplayers as well.
Oh, the cosplayers, yeah.
Cosplayers have been fun. It's quite good. The stuff that we worked on, and it just so happens that they're dressed in that kind of attire. And then you've been, throwing out some reward points from the leaflets.
That's right. That's right.
How many did you throw out?
I think about 7 or 8.
Right. So you threw out about 7 or 8, and some of the guys that was at the booth
stole how many?
I don't know.
20 between the two?
Couple of dozens. So that's a good 30, 40 codes in the club for the past week. And you've been teasing other brands as well, part of the cosplayers, right? So we invited this kind of like orangey bird.
No idea. Didn't recognize who it was.
Yeah.
Something about
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then,
even know who she was.
I was standing next to this other kind of like, you know.
I don't know nothing about that one.
Yeah, it's like kind of like with a beak.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah,
who.
that-
Do you recognise the character? Just cool. So you just took a photo with that, right?
Something about blood and something about Born.
I don't know what that is.
No idea. Who else did you take? Oh, we had plenty of princesses, right? We had a Zelda. Yeah. What do you think, guys?
Zelda, Twilight Princess Zelda. Twilight Princess Zelda. Fierce Deity Link.
Fierce Deity Link.
Twilight Princess Link and Breath of the Wild Link and Zeldas. Breath of the Wild Link and Zelda as a pair.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack and Aku Mask.
Yes.
Sorry, no. God, Aku. Not Aku Mask. Aku. Yeah.
Samurai Jack, right?
Yeah.
There was Berserk, a female.
Yeah, Berserk armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught up on all of those, yeah?
I haven't actually. I
You just remember it.
I remember, but I want to ping them up and say thanks and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Was there anybody else?
Was it anybody else? You made a day one diary as well. I just like searched and it was like, Jesus, what have you been posting? I was like, what the hell have you been posting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been posting yourself like something about, you know, you in your new chair.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see if there's any questions about that in the club.
Yeah.
But you know, absolutely, lots and lots of bits and bobs. NYCC, you know, definitely draining. I'm feeling jet lag right now still. How about you, Chocks?
It's kicking in now. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I was fine on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah, it's
started
weird.
Kicking, yeah.
It's weird. Well, I had to get early to pick up Tool from the airport, so maybe that was the reason for me. But you didn't. You've having some weird sleep patterns.
Sleep pattern, yeah.
Yeah.
I normally have weird sleep patterns anyway,
Yeah.
so it's alright.
Cool. We have True Form Midna colors. Yeah, that's right. We had the skin tone. I busted out number 1 of True Form Midna. Of Midna Riding Link, and to make sure that the Imp Midna's skin tone matched True Form
Original,
Midna's, to make sure
right.
that made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. PJ wants to know, did we have a good time at New York? Do you mean the Comic Con or just New York City itself? New York Comic City was just basically to and from the hotel to the Javits and back, so it wasn't really, didn't see too much. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw a little bit of Times Square and what have you, and what we could get done.
Nintendo.
Yeah, that was
World
nice.
Store.
Yeah.
Nintendo Store now. What's it called?
Nintendo.
Is it Nintendo Store? Is it Nintendo New York?
I think it's called Nintendo New York now.
Nintendo
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. The time went by really quick every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, PJ, we didn't really get to see too much of it.
No.
Didn't get to see too much of it. Okay, there was a lot of people have been mentioning Cuphead. I had a quick look at it yesterday.
Yeah.
Everyone says it's really, really difficult.
Yeah. Looks fantastic.
Oh, the animation's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's all hand done, I guess.
Hand drawn animation.
The mask size comparison. Yep, that's right. The
That was
Aqua mask and the
Majora's
Majora's mask together looking sweet.
And you mentioned, I believe, like I skimmed through some of the messages. You doing some tweaks to the feathers, right? The color compared to the one that was shown.
Yeah, that's right.
At the show.
That's right. Those are being done at the moment, and we have the
You've been posting some statistics.
statistics.
Where's
yeah.
that from?
That thing that Alex Thomas gave us.
Oh, that one. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's,
so
it's,
let's
it's
sound
a
it up.
third-party app.
Yeah, I signed that up. That was quite interesting. Then the different eyes for Crash. Let us know in the
Yeah.
comments. Did you see those Resident Crash pictures of what I did for the eyes and the the
Positioning.
crazy eyes and the normal eyes?
Right.
And what did you guys think of that? Hopefully you guys like that.
Switch out eyes.
Yeah, this is Switch Eyes. Posted Dark Souls Ornstein counter sample and obviously Bowser pre-order poll.
Yeah. So basically, once
yeah.
we reviewed, because obviously
Yeah,
everyone.
vast majority of people said they will keep their blind pre-order, which is
Right.
great
So the
news.
question was after revealing the Bowser exclusive.
Yeah.
At the booth, you made a post saying, "Hey, are you guys going to keep the pre-order, or are you guys after seeing it, are you guys going to cancel the pre-order?" And,
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure the numbers, but it seems like a lot of people are going to keep it.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
fantastic news.
Actually, there should be another question. Say, are you going to buy it now as well?
Well, we can answer
could
that
do that
question
later, yeah.
when we actually do the pre-order.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. So thanks very much for the support on that. I
Yeah.
mean, that was finally so great to finally be able to show you guys
Yeah.
based on that.
And you mentioned that with the the flame was interchangeable. You
Yeah.
can actually take the flame out
Yeah.
and put the tongue
The
back
tongue
in.
to
It
cover
was
the magnet,
It's a
absolutely.
magnetic tongue, yeah.
Let's see.
Any questions? So Kevin James, so what's the difference between a normal and exclusive? So are you talking about Bowser? Well, I'll just explain it. The difference is one has flame, one doesn't have the flame.
Yeah.
But in general, usually normal and exclusive, the difference are usually either interchangeable parts or additional parts like art prints, rings,
Now you're talking about Bowser in particular.
Oh,
so
right, Bowser. Okay.
It's the removable. It's the flame, which is removable,
flame,
and have
yeah.
a tongue to cover that. Then the other thing is the potential of having T-shirts with statue pictures on it, but done in a way that it's classy, not just here's a picture of a statue on the T-shirt.
Right.
It's always something that we could. I'm just thinking of things that we could take to cons to sell in the future, or
Yeah,
something like
sure.
that, basically. Yeah.
Like lanyards, shirts, pins.
Yeah.
badge
Mario
photos.
Jones asked, did you like the idea with the change of the base of Bowser? Not particularly. It's like- yeah.
Some like wanted like kind of like the lava effect, is it?
Yeah,
right?
like transparent stuff and all that sort of stuff. Just at this stage, it's kind of
I think it might make it a bit too
busy.
busy because it blends in like with the
I said I'd possibly look at having some effect, but it's no guarantee that I will. So when we go to do the real order, you need to people need to understand that there's no guarantee that's going to be in there.
Right.
So I'm not going to make any changes before we go live for that, based on
Maybe
that.
we could use that lava effect with a different character down the road.
Jessica says she needs some F4F pins. Nice one.
Pins, yeah. I noticed quite a lot of pins at the show. Like nice, like either a single pin or like a 2-pack
Yeah.
or a 5-pack kind of pin.
Yeah.
What about pins of our statues? That'd be quite cool, isn't it?
So now we're talking. That
Yeah.
imagery can now be applied to.
So it's like let's say PVC Lincoln Crashling shrunk down into a pin form.
Yeah. That could be quite cool.
Our logo,
the F4F collection.
Our logo in a pin form.
Yeah, that's quite a good idea.
Our Taurus in a pin form. Bowser in a pin
The enamel
form.
colours on it, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We can look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, statue pins. I think could be quite cool.
Like different pins every year.
And we should do like one of the gravity suit and make like only 5 of them.
What?
As in, we should for the pins. We should do
Okay.
gravity suit pins
Right.
and only make like 5 of them. That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Well,
Well,
it's
yeah,
probably I could expand on it, but I
Yeah,
want to see
expand on
what
it.
there is
Yeah.
in the Q&A
Most
before
of the,
we go
most
into
of,
that.
yeah, most of the posts were mainly for the NYCC.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But we won't.
How
we
was
won't do
it?
anything
How
else.
was it for you guys? I mean, I definitely missed the club for the past week or so. So big thanks to the admin guys for holding the fort. Hopefully, the crazies weren't around when we were when we were away.
Well, I can attest to say there was a few.
Yeah.
Uncle Scab's in the house.
Yes.
What is up?
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's do. Oh,
Shall I do my bit first?
isn't it? Hold on. Isn't this bit there? Temptation Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, he is.
It's been like that for weeks. All right, guys. So apologies due to NYCC. There was no TT last week. It should have been Luigi, a generic Luigi, regular bloody hell, generic Luigi. So that was posted yesterday. But let's go through the previous TT. That was TT70. That was Isaac Clarke from the Dead Space series.
Yeah.
I'm just refreshing that. wondering how that went. Let's see. Oh my god, it's loading. Come on.
There's no point in refreshing it. They're always like old.
Yeah.
Like never much change.
Right, so
oh, another 100 just overnight, just from that refresh.
2 weeks. 287 yeses for Isaac. 190. Well, not 280, but about 291 or 292 yeses, and then around about 201 and 2 for no's.
So it's it's very rare that you see one yes vote going higher than the other. So congrats to those who are into Dead Space.
Yeah.
TTs never die. Keep going in terms of let's talk about a higher number, but that's a good start.
And for this week, as promised, is TT71 Luigi, standard regular generic Luigi, not.
It's important not to be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people at the beginning thought, when did you update it?
This morning when I got up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the answer
maybe
is
like 4 hours afterwards, after I saw your message.
okay.
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. So a lot of the people probably said, if you look at the comments, they say only in Luigi Mansion style, but that's not what we're offering right now.
Yeah, they assumed it's going to be Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, it
but
can't
guys, It can't be. As explained before and previously, what was the explanation again? If we we have to present to the licensor that that if a generic Luigi ain't going to do anything.
No, it's not that. No,
the
it's not that.
chances-
No. Let's be clear about something. Regular Luigi is not as popular as Mansions Luigi, so that's why people want only if it's Mansions Luigi. But the point being is, there's no. If we could make one Luigi, it's more likely to be generic. Of course, you can always ask for Mansion Luigi, but if you can't do it, would people still buy the regular Luigi? Is the point of that poll. So it's important that people know it's just for regular one, just so we can see if it's the fallback. Of course, we would want to do Mansion Luigi because I know everyone wants that much more than just generic. But there's no guarantee that can be done. So would you rather not have Luigi at all, or have him as Mansion, as regular Luigi, or does it have to be Mansion Luigi?
Yeah, and plus the fact if we were allowed to do the Luigi Mansion Luigi,
yeah,
it would be kind of like it would be a new line. I mean, it could ultimately be a one and done thing.
Yeah.
Right. But what about the Super Mario line that we got now?
You see, Vincent says he'll change his vote.
So what about the Super Mario line, guys? I mean, like we have Bowser, working on Mario and Luigi.
Mario and Yoshi.
Sorry, Mario and Luigi. Mario and Yoshi.
What?
Well, you can have Mario and Luigi. You can pick him up and throw him, right? But yeah, I mean, who else? Princess, Peach,
Daisy.
Toad. Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. But anyways, back to the TT poll. Right now we've got about 351 yeses to about 152 no's.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's not bad.
But I think it's skewed.
It can't be that.
It can be. A lot of people they just don't realize it's generic Mario. Honestly, generic Luigi.
But then again, like all polls can be skewed.
No, but people are voting thinking it's going to be Luigi's Mansion version.
Should have read the polls.
We didn't say it originally.
I just said Luigi from the Mario series. You can't just assume that's like.
No, but you had to
Mansion.
specifically say it was a Mansions version.
Well, I could say specifically it's not going to be any other outfits, or even from Mario Kart. People assume it's going to be like, the Death Star from Mario Kart. Isn't that right, guys?
I'm not convinced on that poll right now. I'm not sure people get it. All right, cool. Now, I wanted to show this. Bud has been working on something amazing in the background, and we will be showing you this right after the stream. But here's a preview, guys. Check it out. Boom! Now look at that. Every single TT, every single one that's been done is amazingly covered by having the entirety of it all available to see, and it's updated in real time, and you can sort. Was it not?
Update once every hour.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Alright,
Just
fair
be
enough.
specific. Yeah.
Once every hour.
Once
and look,
every hour.
where you see that sort, you can sort by release date. You can sort by majority yeses. You can sort by majority no's. You can sort by number of votes. You can sort by this. You can sort by that. Any which way that you look, you can sort it any which way. He has done an amazing job. So, Bud, massive shout out to
Nice
you,
one.
and we look forward to actually having that link live. Oh no, it is live, but give you that link and then sharing that, because what a lot of amazing work has gone into that, and you can see.
Plus, if you actually click on the, I'm not sure whether it's the actual image or the drop down menu, that will directly take you to the TT post
itself to vote on it,
to the post itself. So if you want to vote on that and leave a comment as well, so just
Bud's in the comments. I can see him there. What is up, Bud? Nice work. It's a beautiful job.
So hopefully those TTs in the past, all the way back to number 1, hopefully those get some attention as well. Christ, I was thinking, like, if all of them get over 450,
it's gonna be a very busy year.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, fuck, which one should we do? Maybe Streets of Rage has a chance.
So yeah, guys, absolutely awesome job by Bud. Thank you so much, and we will be giving the link to that later on in the club. So that is really awesome. Cool. Do we need to now do the winners?
Yes.
Okay.
Winners for the last Q&A. That was hash
39.
Yes, 39. Last Q&A. That was the hashtag F4F nudes.
New DS.
Yes, new DS.
We have 3 winners. The first one's beginning with a J. You do begin with J. It is a Josh Mizrahi. Congratulations. Secondly, we have someone beginning with an R.
Clap.
Right there, may have been pushing it. Begins with an R. Do you begin with an R? RJ. Ronald Jacobs. Woo! And last but not least, a Tyler Tyler Hoedown. Boom! Congratulations, you guys are the lucky winners. 3 of you, and Chocks will be following up with a
that
points.
That sure. I'll be telling Phil very soon.
Yep.
Oh, and some of the comments, people saying Persona 5 TT and Donkey Kong TT, which met their goals apparently. What was the goals for those?
550, wasn't it?
650, wasn't it?
850, wasn't it? Cool, we need to look into it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's, again, all these polls that pass the mark, they'll be put on the priority list, and there's that kind of thing, as we say. Those lists, at least we've got something to follow through, and that's what the polls are all about. So when the time comes, if we have the opportunity, the chance to hit those, hit the licenses up, we can go, hey guys, look, the club wants this, so keep those votes up, keep them going higher and higher.
Absolutely. All right. Now it is this week's hashtag F4F. What's next week's TT?
Well, next week's should be this one.
Okay,
Legend of Dragoon.
There you go.
Yes.
Next week's TT is a Legend of Dragoon. So it's going to be hashtag F4F Dragoon. DRAGOON. Hashtag F4F DRAGOON. F4F Dragoon. Let us put that in the comments. It's like slow. Missing the S.
Yeah.
Oh, there it comes. That's absolutely right, Billy. That is absolutely right, Becca.
Dragoon.
Yeah, that's right, guys. A nice one. It is now pinned at the top of the pin comment at the top.
Could wait for the pinned comment to show up. Don't go.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I clicked on it.
Should I do it?
What happened to my stream?
Okay, I see it. Hold on.
See it?
This
Is it
should be
pinned?
pinned, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. This
Alright.
week's hashtag F4F Dragoon. Boom. Perfect. Alright, sweet. Alright, cool. Now it is time.
For the Q&A.
Let me get that.
Have you loaded it up?
Boom! Okay. This bit here.
Where?
The first bit, which is like, Friday Q&A. Oh. Yeah, I screwed it. Yeah, indeed. The Friday Q&A. Let me get that up.
The lightning effects.
Chocks A.
Huh? Oh, you.
One second.
Got it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just going to go here 1 second.
What are you up to?
Feels so much better. Make sure you angle that the other way to push it away.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going straight to you. Right, I feel much better. What is up, guys?
Oh, my video's frozen.
Alright, cool. We are back at it again. We're kicking it off with Remy Lupin. Banjo, where you at? Who the hell is that? I don't even know what's going on. Cheyenne Bull Smith. How far is Silver Statue for being completed? It is all on the... It is at the same factory at Nightmare, so it's going to take a little bit, that's sort of slowing things down a little bit, but it's coming along very nicely. Simon Orosh, when can we order True for Midna? It's looking like early next year, I would probably say. Remy Lupin, Darksiders, where you at? I need to look into that. I think I'm going to make a decision, and if we're going to do it on the horses. Francesca Di Zotti, when can we expect the vote or not to vote reality tea? That's a good question. We're doing Dragoon next week. We'll think about that soonish. Giovanni Comorio, number 1. Did New York Comic Con solidify the Samurai Champloo line a little better? We had 1 extra order for Mugen, so it didn't make a impact on that. But I still want to commit to that. Number 2, any news on Kamina? I need to follow up on that because I submitted that quite a while ago. Number 3, can you confirm that you have the licenses for Dark Souls 2 and 3? Confirmed. Number 4, Alphonse update. We are working on the changes that was requested by the licensor. Number 5, any news on the Yu-Gi-Oh license? And there's nothing for me to say other than that we will now actively look into it, and that stuff does not happen overnight. These things take a long time to we just got back from New York. We need tomorrow, next week, just to see what's going on. Who do we contact? All that information. So that all takes a rather long time, but we will be keeping you guys you keep asking the questions and we'll keep answering. Aiden Fowle, give me a price on the Dark Souls chibi statues. Looking similar to the prices of our other PVC lines. Soren Stephenson, Vestergaard, how many normal Crash PVCs are you making? How many it's unlimited. How many Spyro exclusives are you making? I think it's been limited to 1,300, wasn't it? Something like that.
Resin?
Yeah. Corny Jenkins, is a Princess Peach in the works? Not yet. Number 2, will you ever think about doing a Wind Waker Zelda? I would love to put her next to Zelda and Puppet Zelda. Yeah, of course, possible. Always got to consider that. Number
All
3,
the Zeldas.
will you ever come to Chicago?
We are working on a list of possible cons in the future and their locations. I'm not sure about. Was an E2, ECM2 or something, ECE2? I don't know, some shit like that. I think that's Chicago based, which people have been talking about. Thanks, F4F is a life and F4 is love. Switch that around and then we're talking. Geo Frey, I'm waiting for that Legend of Dragon OTT. You do not need to wait that much longer. Alex Walker, hey guys, I got a few questions this time. Number 1, how long have you been having the license for Do? And 3, secretly longer than you can imagine. Number 2, are there any statues planned for either of them yet? Yes, there are. If not, will there be a poll to determine which NPCs buttons have the most interest? That has already been asked. That's already been asked. Number 3, will these be separate lines of the Dark Souls or will they be part of the one big Souls lines? They will absolutely be separate. Number 4, will honestly be the next pre-order? Absolutely not. Number 5, how's the Mimic going? It is coming on very nicely. Number 6, is there any chance you confirm some more of the Dark Souls statues coming after the Mimic soon? Where we don't want to show too much right now. Obviously, there's been a long time of no Dark Souls news. Now all of a sudden there's plush, PVC. People
2
seeing
and 3.
Ornstein 2 and 3. That's like
All done,
huge news
all,
right there.
Yeah, all announced during the NYCC.
So we're not gonna. There's no point in announcing anything just yet. Number 5, has there been any progress on Darksiders? Not yet. Number 8, is Alucard still on track to be a pre-order this year? Possibly. Looking at it, hopefully. Shushard Ekvert, will you ever be doing a cast as Cervantes or Voldo to go with the Soul Blade line?
So Blade line.
Well, Soul Calibur. Yeah, possibly. Cervantes more than Voldo. Sean Wiggett, tell us more about those Sonic figures you had on show at NYCC. More in the pipeline. Price, I love Sonic. Yeah, that is part of our partnerships program, so we'll be discussing more about that sooner than you can expect. Alex Hughes, did you have a fun time minus the jet lag? Overall, it was fun to do the con, just to do it and to see it and experience it. That's something that I won't forget. Chocks?
Sorry, what's the question? I'm looking at some of the comments.
Did you guys have a fun time?
Fun
I mean, it was all
time?
business, but
It's
also...
No, we went there with a target. It wasn't to have fun. It was to go, well, kind of like fun as in still meet the club members, but in general, it's like, we went in there making sure that, we want to spend the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money put into this stuff,
Yeah.
so we want to use our time to the best.
Yeah.
Use our time to the best. What's the word? Put our time to the best use, or what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. So.
2, tell us about Yu-Gi-Oh! Managed to get it? As I said, that stuff takes, it does not happen overnight. All I just said is that we will look into it. Now we're going to start that process of trying to contact whoever needs to be contacted and see if it's even available. So the first thing is to find out the contact is what's asking. Please do a Dark Magician with Arcanus, a Dark Magician. Number 3, how many digits did Chocks score at NYCC?
What?
How many phone numbers did you get?
Phone numbers? Of who?
Chocks is playing that card close to his chest. He's not letting us know about that.
I had no time for that stuff.
Minu Sir, talk more about Yu-Gi-Oh! Please. Well, yeah, I'm glad to see people are passionate about that. That's great. Ivan Lobo, give me points.
What was interesting is that NYCC was that a lot of people were wearing those Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like paper hats.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically just a piece of cutout and they just put it around their heads.
Yeah. I guess they were hanging out with the Yu-Gi-Oh! booth.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yassi Min, when will those Dark Souls FC figures go up for order? Probably maybe 2 to 3 months, I would say. Tyler Scott Linen, how many more delays to Sif can we expect? Sounds like the ring is giving you guys a bit of trouble.
Yes, that's another question from Charles Christina. Any news on why Sif was delayed again? So yes, the ring. The ring.
Levins, what's up guys? Welcome up from New York City. Thank you, Comic Con even. Number 1, love the new PVC Dark Souls, Solaire and Artorias, and there will be more. Yes, there will be more, and that's great. I like people that are enjoying that. It's something that we were, of course, it's a very aesthetically, you can either like it or not like it, depending on your affinity with that kind of art form. So I was very happy to see such a positive reaction to that. Is this going to be a line, and what about the exclusives? Yes, it will be a line, and yes, there will be exclusives. Do you have a rough price average for them? Yeah, you know, the higher end of what the exclusives will be the higher end, and the regulars will be the lower end. But you know, more to talk about that as we get closer to the time. Number two, looking at the shipping calendar, and SIF has been delayed again to December. On behalf of the Dangalangs, I just hope that SIF is okay. I wouldn't worry about that, guys. It's coming along nicely. Number three, regarding Onion Bro plush, apart from the fact that you need to make a SIF as well, any thoughts on the future plushes? Yes, we're looking forward into adding that to our range. I mean, if we can have that stand on its own 2 feet, that would be fantastic news, because it means we can sort of have people involved in just concentrating on plush only.
Quick question though, might be interesting. Since we announced Dark Souls 2 and 3, the plush will be just Dark Souls 1 or 2, includes 2 and 3 characters?
It does include 2 and 3
It
characters.
does include, yeah. There you go, guys. Some more information there.
That's a good question. Who asked that one?
For me.
I was like, which bright spot asked that one? Are you? Number three, Austin Paul. What's something new you haven't already told us yet? What is up, 35K? Jake Su, what is the next con after NYCC? Need to reassess. Need to assess and look into that. That's how I don't want to be saying anything just yet. Ricky Underdog Powell. So this is going to be a long Q&A. So tired. Get the Red Bulls, great. Get the Red Bulls in. Great stuff with the teasers and reveals in NYCC. Very surprised to see Boom 8 Sonic figures. How long will it be till you guys start distributing them? Soon. We're just working on the logistics right now.
Guys, these are really good up close. The quality, the way it's been made. One of the minifigures actually has a die-cast part into it as well. So we totally heard you guys asking for like minifigures of Sonic, and you know, we've been looking out there. Jeff has been looking out there, making sure that this aligns to what we deemed as quality products, and you know. Yeah. So you know, we've got a lot of information with regards to that line. I hope you guys are going to enjoy that line, because there's more to come from that line. And hopefully this is a start of something great with regards to smaller items as well. Yeah.
No doubt.
So, did I put you off?
No.
Put you off the next
although
question?
you guys were working the booth, did you manage to sneak off and network with other companies and digital licenses? And the answer is no, we didn't, and that's something that we talked about
Yes.
not taking advantage of that at all, and that's a sad thing.
Well, we appreciate the other guys that actually came onto the booth and say, "Oh wow, we've been a long time fan of yours," and you know, it's really nice to see that. Oh wow, even like other, you know, licensors, or you know, even competitors. I wouldn't call them competitors, like fellow industry peeps came over and say, "Oh wow, this is really cool." I totally understand why this is done this way, because they know what's up, and it's really great. Yeah, I mean, love to network more next time, definitely.
Indeed. Randy Gerards, how long did you sleep after New York Comic Con? Haven't slept yet. What's the next con you're planning to do? Yes, indeed, we'll have more information on that later. What were you afraid that someone would knock off one of the statues off of your booth in New York Comic Con? Well, that's an interesting question. Originally, when we first tried to get the booth design, we tried to cover everything with glass, but there was nothing actually available in our size spec. So, you know, apart from the tower. Now, we were really worried about any of that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, nothing actually broke at all.
Actually broke.
Or was stolen, which is great.
We've heard plenty of stories.
Yeah, heard plenty of stories.
Yeah.
So if we were going to redo another con, we would, you know, make our own cabinet stuff, and by default you would assume there would be glass and stuff, but actually not having that barrier was actually something that was quite well captured. So actually, if I was to rethink it now to do our own con booth, I would actually not bother with the glass, because you want people to be able to take the photos and see closer to it.
Videos, and it's much. There's no glare, no reflection. I guess
the only thing I would say about that is we would just make the base a bit wider, so
base a bit wider, deeper, so guys can actually put the tripods or whatever it is to take.
It's not really that. It's the dreaded backpacks, the turning with the backpacks.
Yeah, the backpacks, you know. But hey, you know, respect the products. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'll jump on you straight away.
Yes, but it doesn't happen if it's already broken on the floor.
Yeah. Yes, Sonic arm snapped. That actually, you know, that was a very a fragile counter sample. So unfortunately,
Which
that's
one was
that. The Sonic Arm, Sonic 25th.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was arriving broken.
Yeah, arrived broken. So we managed to glue that back up for the show.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay. So the.
You alright? You want to get like, you normally get a coffee, innit? Is that Diet Red Bull still in the fridge, or that
Didn't I have it?
You had it.
Oh. Yeah, it's like hitting me like really hard.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Boom,
started.
just like that. That happened to me
No,
last
it was
night.
it was at the at
the
the
restaurant?
dinner. Yeah, I could tell it was going to be tough.
Mm.
And it is.
Last night was sort of like I said, I was like, boom, man. I had to lay on the ground.
Yeah, right. I was like 140. I went to bed at 140, but I had to pick up Tool. He got in at like.
What time did you set off to the airport?
7:30.
Shit.
And I got up at like 5. Yeah, haven't had much sleep, and then all that day, and yeah, so basically.
Yeah.
Plus, you know all that. Right. Well, how are you and your family? Very well, thank you. Chocks,
Sorry. So
how are you and your family?
I'm fine.
How's your family?
I guess they're fine as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, did you get back to Milanity since you were home? Not yet. It's for me. It just hit me today quite hard, but I think it's just been, just a long.
Do you have to get up early tomorrow as well? You probably do, yeah, for Harvey.
No, I'm not taking him to school.
No.
I'll pick him up though.
You pick up what time
No.
later in the day.
Yeah, but I got to stay awake until Activision call tonight. But after that, let's go.
Sure.
3. Why was Chocos not wearing a hat during the con? Good question, Chocks.
Yeah,
Did I force you to leave him to leave her home?
I mean, who was that guy? That wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't you, was
that
it?
wasn't me. That wasn't me at the booth.
That
was
wasn't
somebody
that.
else.
You weren't that person
I
getting
wasn't
the
that
numbers
person.
of all those cosplayers,
Nah,
right?
That was not me.
That wasn't you.
That was another, another android.
Ah.
Yeah.
Also with a chain to the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I was surprised as well. I was expecting him to wear it as well. I was very surprised.
I
About
had too much stuff to carry over.
that.
I had a lot.
Yeah.
My suitcase and my backpack was like heavy as hell and packed. I just, if I carry a couple more caps and stuff, it would just take too much space because I got a cap case. I didn't want to crunch my caps. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, there was some posts about accuracy of tacky. What will you change and what things will you leave as? I'm going to be adding the purple to the foot. That's the main thing I'm going to be doing. Was there anything else? Removing one of the decals on one of the thighs. Do you need some more stuff for the next con? I would love to help on Gamescom. I appreciate that. Whenever we decide which con we're going to do, you best believe we're going to be rallying the fans, rallying the support, the community, the family. So that would be, will be great. Johnny De Jesus, you will probably cover this in a bit of the TT review, but just in case, Persona TT past 450, and it's currently 462. Get that past 550 now. Thanks to all those who rallied hard for it. Actually, what I would do is, for a Persona TT, 2 Ts now need to be at least 550 now. That's what they really need to be now. Those are like the small benchmarks now. 450 is no longer good enough. It needs to go higher.
I think 550 is low as well.
Yeah, it's not good enough anymore.
Tell you a funny story though. I actually met some Persona 5 cosplayers, and
Yeah?
I said, "Hey man, like these guys are trying to rally Persona 5 in the club." I said, jump in the club. I'm not sure did it do that in the end, but
So what I'll do, Johnny, is write a question, just like we did with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not just good enough just that it's a one and done. Is there legs to any of these? And especially with Persona, which has such a huge and wide variety of casts. To see what actually rises to the top. When Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, and Red Eyes
girls-
Black
the
Dragon,
girls
all
are-
of them sort of got like
Yeah.
500 plus.
the girls
And
from Persona 5 are normally quite popular. Some of the transformations are as well, but some people always I want the transformations as well as the main guy, as a 2-piece diorama piece.
Right.
And that can be very costly.
Yeah, that would be.
Because those
costly.
transformations can be quite big as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4
Um, 4 Ps. 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 George Molina, what characters have you been thinking about for a 1-to-1 scale? Sonic, Link, Mario?
1-to-1.
Why don't we do some individual
Pikmin.
questions and ask them?
That's
do
easy,
that.
isn't it? It's been a long time since you did a 1-to-1, hasn't it?
Mohit. Kazuma TT is stuck at 339. Some of us liked but buy versions, both versions, because they look incredible. So maybe you should go on and release him. I'm sure you'll get more than 500 orders. There are too many fans who are not on Facebook in the club. Perhaps maybe the fans outside the club. Maybe show the fans outside the club how it looks. The main page has more than 100,000 fans and only 1/3 of them are in the club.
Those numbers are skewed. You guys should know, man. I mean, pages, numbers.
Yeah. Let's see if that can develop some more time. Develop more. Sarah Boulanger, me please. Your statues are so awesome. Mohit Makana, thank you very much by the way. Do you think Bayonetta is ready for PO sometime next year, or shall she take longer? Hard to say, but yes, it should be next year. Number 1, is Bowser going well enough in the next in the Mario line, Luigi's Mansion? If we were going to do another, the next one in the Mario line would definitely be a Donkey Kong. How far away is True for Midna? It's hard to say right now. It's going to be next year, I think. She's pushing back. I'm not sure where she is anymore. Yeah, I would say between Q4 and Q1. I think it's a safe bet for now. How far away is the next Zelda piece in the line after True for Midna? Shaker Slate would be right after that, and that's quite, similar sort of timing. So that would be more like we hold it back rather than it's ready when it's ready. It's more like us holding it back so we don't have it so close to each other. Before, is there any talks going on with new licenses as present, or any ready to be announced shortly? What is up 35k? Number 5. Sounds like New York Comic Con didn't go as well as you'd like. However, you added that it's not for your future cons. Will the UK cons ever be considered? MCM London is definitely something that we have considered or are considering. Nicholas Jolly, what other licenses you personally would have loved to work on, but got either a big no by companies, already has too much product similar to yours on the market? What is up, Witcher? I'm not sure.
Really? You want to work on that?
I wouldn't mind, but
Yeah. Surprised.
oh well. I mean, this is if you're talking about obviously the old school Pokemon and FF7. That's obviously standard as well. Randy Gerards, the regular version of Guts will come with a screaming head. I heard from several members that it won't be getting the Guts because they didn't like the exclusive base. They preferred a different head than the screaming one. This will probably receive a no from you, but have you considered letting buyers decide which version of Guts head that they want? We are aware that the eye is facing differently. I haven't considered that. I'm worried that if I put up a poll, it's going to be dead heat even, and then it's just going to cause issues. It's going to do more than one, and that's my concern for that. So no, I don't plan to do anything other than the Screamy one for now, unless there is any reason to not do that. Mohit Makar, do you collect statues from other companies? If no, why not? Nope is the answer, and Chocks does.
Yes, I've always been a collector before I joined F4F, so that's not going to change. And it's good that I collect other stuff as well, because it helps me with my, my personal enjoyment, and also part of my job as well.
Yeah, buy one get one free. As in, you get two benefits from buying from the one thing, so you get double benefits. It
has like double purposes.
Double
you mean,
purposes,
yeah.
Randy, did you see Nintendo at New York Comic Con? The answer is no. Becca McCookie, what was that Bloodborne display cosplay Eileen the Crow? which you posted on NYCC, just a random post, or did you have something exciting news for us football fans? Chocks just said, "Hey, Alex, take a photo with me next to this," and I'm like, "Do you? Is there
Yeah.
something that you want to tell me?" So
Something
yeah,
intriguing about that mask.
absolutely nothing going on there. Daryl, as the starter, oh, you're the OG, yeah? As the starter of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rally, I would like to know if talks about a license have already begun, and the answer is no. They have not begun. I've just got back from New York Comic Con, and I still can't even keep my eyes open. So I'll be like, yeah, Yu-Gi. As in, like, on the phone, yeah, we want to get a Yu. So let me just recover and all that sort of stuff before we go in hard. Probably start looking into it next
All right,
week.
jump in here. Quick question from the screen. From a Robert Goss, how is 25th Sonic looking, and when do you think it will be ready to ship?
So 25th is starting. We saw the base before we left. I haven't had a chance to follow up with it since
Yeah.
then. But it's a bit early in the process right now.
All right.
We have big hopes since you already work with Konami. I can tell you that Konami does not own the rights to Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a subsidiary of them. They are very much not. It's not like, oh, because therefore you work with Konami, therefore it's like that. It doesn't work like that. But we will do more research. It should be easier because, of course, we can get some recommendation, but it's no guarantee. It's not like it's like the same contacts over at Konami can give us that. So we will look into that probably the next week. Troy Blair, how many statues of The Legend of Zelda are you guys going to bring us in 2018? Yeah, maybe 2 or 3. Hard to say. Andy, how many DSSD PVCs do you have planned that you can tell us about which ones they are? So far, the 2 is obviously Artie and Solaire. We have another 2 more very deep in development. That's what I want to say for now. Was it just 2? Was there a third one? Was it? There was this one? Do you know the 2 I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Was that one?
I haven't seen anything on that.
Really?
No.
We had started on it
No.
a long time ago.
Oh. I know which ones. But I can think of 2.
Really?
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really?
Is it it?
Probably, yeah.
Let's look up the original references, which is over here. And what was it? It was under here. It was like. Right here. Obviously, we done that one. Yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously, we done that one.
Yeah.
Done that one.
Right.
And then I think is it there? Oh, that's it.
Huh.
Unless was there anything at the end? Let me see.
Nah.
No. So those ones. So that's right. Yep.
Yeah. 2 more.
Which is what we want to do. We've got 2 at the beginning and 2 more following up, and then once those are sort of going, then we start working the next 2s.
Yep. Hopefully, that does well. Looking forward to those.
Yeah. Uncle Scabs, how was New York Comic Con for us? Well, please look at the retrospective. What do you think of New York City? Was it as awful as I made it out to be? It was quite pockets of urine smell pretty much everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of, like I said to everyone that came on the booth, it's like it felt familiar, even though it was like my first time in US, New York.
Because you've seen so many shows with it. Or
Yeah,
films.
so I don't feel like, oh wow, it's very hard to impress me. But, we went in there with a target, get some business done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the best part of the convention for you? Well, for me, it was absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the ability to connect with the customer base. Uncle Scabs is a great example of that. Just to see what makes you guys tick, have those face-to-faces is valuable for me. And I think that was just something that you just can't replicate in any other shape, way, or form otherwise, unless you were actually with someone.
Yeah, it was like if we didn't have a club, we would be there as strangers.
Right.
But as soon as the doors open, everyone's like, yeah, 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 and we're like shaking hands and
Yeah.
taking selfies and having a chit chat. It's just another day in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn Sperling, what was your favourite food to eat in New York?
Was it what?
Steak. There's some good steaks.
Yeah, it was alright.
What's your favourite food? You love that breakfast buffet.
Yeah, the breakfast buffet with Jeff. That was a
Yeah.
good find from Jeff. Can't remember the name, but we went there twice in a row, and then
I was only twice. I wasn't every day.
no, I think only the first 2 days, and then we starting to get up a little bit later as the week went by, and then we just basically woke up, shower, and just went straight to the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it. Bought some biscuits and just had those during lunch, and then just wait until evening time. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, where are we at now?
Matthew Sharp goes, what was the most reoccurring annoying question you were asked at NYCC?
How do I enter the statue giveaway?
Uh,
Yeah, how do we enter the statue giveaway? Nicholas Jolie, hey guys, first of all, thank you for the transparency and open-minded spirit you have at F4F. You know, I think that's very key for us to keep in constant communication with, you know, the family. Absolutely. This is one of the reasons you and your work shine above all. I appreciate that. Thank you. Can you please tell me how do you choose in many pieces a statue will come? It's not about convenience of painting. It's about 100% has to do with shipping reasons to make sure that it doesn't break. It's something, and you know, if we can reduce the size accordingly, that's great, but never at the expense of the product itself. Jean-Maxime Malo, when will you confirm a nameless king for Dark Souls 3? Who?
Eh?
Who that?
We've got a lot of kings, haven't we?
Uh,
We've got Tekken King, King Red Lions, and this nameless king.
absolutely.
It's like a long pause.
Yeah, I'm halfway through a yawn.
Guys, how many yawns have we been doing?
Honestly, I can't fucking keep my eyes open. Jesus Christ.
Seriously,
Yeah.
get a cold drink.
Well, do we have a cold drink? Let me see what's in there.
Yeah, you want my tea? I bought a bottle of tea. You can have that if you want.
I've got tea there.
Because I've still got some drink. I've got my own like Coke in there. There you go, John Maxine. You just came at a perfect time when Alex just answered your question. Nope, 7-Eleven's closed now, so we can't go downstairs and drink that monster. Actually, the funny thing is, Jeff at the show ended up drinking a Red Bull from. Sorry? No, I don't want to eat now. Oh no, I'm cool. I had a couple of those.
have two then.
Yeah, alright. So Jeff ended up drinking. Jeremy gave me a can of his can of Red Bull, and then Jeff ended up drinking that.
What about like the red? The
So
green?
you've been drinking Red Bull at the
Well.
office last time during the stream.
Oh.
Now Jeff has drank one can of Red Bull. So
Can-
I'm working through the team now. So like everyone's been drinking Red Bull. Come on,
Can
so-
you please sponsor my boy Chocks Red Bull? He's spreading the word.
Yeah.
He's making us drink that.
So there's
juice.
two. That's it. That's sweet stuff. Actually, the funny thing is that we had. I've never heard of that 5-hour thing, Majig. Next
5
to
hour
it.
energy.
5
I
hour
fucking need
energy.
some of that shit now, mate.
And it's like everyone's been drinking it. Like even John was drinking it, right? And I haven't touched that stuff, right? You know, obviously Red Bull, yeah, but I haven't touched that stuff. But I never heard of it. And then when I came back to Hong Kong,
That's right.
and I turned the TV on, I was like some program was running, and apparently it's like sponsoring some of the Chinese programs in Hong Kong.
Oh, maybe because you didn't notice them.
And it's like supposed to be the #1 bestseller. Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. Cassandra Benetting says it's gross. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people. It's like really thick syrup.
It's like cough.
Is it cough medicine?
Yeah. Similar.
Yeah. Raoul. Raoul's got his permission to buy 2 Bowsers from his wife.
Oh.
One each. Joe Baxwell says, since you guys got the chibis and licenses for both Dark Souls 1 and 2, can we get maybe a set of 5 chibis from each game? A set of 5? I wouldn't say a set of 5. I mean, we could go as deep as 5 each. Maybe longer if the line does really well. Yeah.
Well, number 1 has already got 4 deep, and we're going to start working.
And why just Dark Souls 1 and 2? You can't miss out Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
You know where you left off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shafire.
Iqbal, will you be doing Earthworm Jim and Dead Space Isaac? The answer is no way until there's anything better on those TTs.
Yeah.
Kirk Wolfram, will Gabriel Belmont for LOS ever release at this point? Yes, sure. Why not? Stephen Felt, how are the Taki sales so far? Better than Nightmare? Nope. Tiago Pinto, after yet another delay on Saitama. Is that? I see tons of people. Are you putting any measures in place so this doesn't happen again in the future? Another delay on Saitama.
Are you a waitlister or?
I have no problem with production delays and fully expect some differences, but when people make an effort for there to be on day 1 and get their orders 3 months after everyone else, that's a crappy move. Well, that is, if you don't like that, you can all get it from the one warehouse and then deal with... look, Tiago, you know better than anybody else about how it's like to internationally collect, and you've also talked about the pain of getting stuff from other people when you're based in in an EU zone and they only have places in America or in China, and the damage that deals. It's a double edge. If you can't wait that time because you have to wait for us to consolidate that then that it comes at a cost, and the cost is we have to try and get them all to fit together in one container. Otherwise, we take a huge loss on that shipment, even more so than what we currently do, because we have to do it to 3 different locations, 4 different locations if you include China as well. So the answer is I don't. Has Saitama taken 3 months after than everybody else? Is that for EU again?
Basing on the let's say September was US and Canada, but there's also more. That'll be the EU.
The EU warehouse,
EU
I see
Canada.
it.
So
It's in December,
there'll be another shipment for Canada as well. Of
No, but
Saitama.
he's in the EU.
He's in EU.
Yeah, no, and that's, I agree. It's annoying. There's nothing more we can do about that per se. There's no real easy answer apart from you wanting to spend more money on shipment, or on shipping, and of course you don't want to do that either. There's no really easy way for us to, unless you're asking us to ship containers that are half empty or quarter empty, 3/4 empty. We just can't do that. We just don't have that.
And if we
ability to do that,
if we ship directly, I'm not trying to name names, but some other companies, if you ship directly from the warehouse, so everyone ships directly from the warehouse, then you got to deal with the extra shipping costs and even the custom fees.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. That's what he has to deal with other companies, and I know I've seen him talk about it in other other places. So yes, it comes at a cost. Does it always happen? No, but I can appreciate that it's frustrating, but there's not really much we can do about that.
Yeah, there you go. Tiago, no, he's on the stream right now.
Yeah,
okay,
he understands it. And look,
look,
look, Tiago, we know we don't want that to happen. It doesn't happen all the time, and it does happen every now and then. We try our best to not have it happen. Sometimes it works out. This is what the Canadians had before. It took them a long time to get their sandship bases, for example, a long time.
And
but
also,
look at them; they were the first people to get the King of Red Lions.
And also,
it just happened.
That was like testing out the new warehouse. Then it got shipped there, and then somehow the customs held it.
Well, that was a different scenario.
And then there was snow season or some snow hazard at the time as well. So I mean, I'm not blaming on that, but these things happen and.
Yeah, but but this is actively on our part. We have held back the shipment because we've got to consolidate stuff, and we're small potatoes. If we had, tons of product going out every every month, and we're going to work towards trying to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
And each product had bigger orders for those regions, and the sizes of them, etc., etc. It allows for us to fill up those containers that much quicker. As soon as we can do that, then off it goes. Because obviously, it's frustrating for us as well. We've already paid the factory the money for Saitama, yet we can't charge you guys. Well, that's not good for us either. It's not like we want to do it. Angela La. Any updates on Shiranui? Coming along very nicely. Did you see any figures from other companies at NYCC that inspired new ideas for your own projects? Not really, because we didn't really get a chance to move around too much and have a look at too many things. Christian, 3 p.m. Hernandez. Did you enjoy NYCC and NYC? I did in certain aspects, and obviously that was written about in the post. It was definitely worth doing the trip and just to experience that. I think that was important to do. How was the flight? Jet lag? Yes and yes. And Matthew Lopez, another question, but a big shout out to Alex and JB for being awesome. Did you get your leaflet already? That is fantastic, and you are very welcome. Michael, are you going to NYCC or ACG next year? We will never bother with ACG. I think it is having been before, as a person who goes and visits, we feel like the crowd is way too young.
If one day our PVC line does really, really well, maybe somehow a small booth dedicated just for the PVC line, because that's something that local collectors collect.
Yeah.
Smaller items.
Yeah. Hong Kong is way too big.
Yeah.
I mean, for the residents.
Yeah.
Sigurd Scarret, what do you think about a life-size spiritual stones from Ocarina of Time? Let us know if that is something you guys want. Root for it, push for it, rally the fans. Oh, fuck, man, those chocolates are like crack cocaine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Maybe you just passed that moment.
Maybe.
I'm starting to pass that moment.
Yeah?
Of that,
Tiago got me all fired up, that's why.
Tiago, I just need to spread the word here, so your shipments get bigger.
Yeah.
Exactly right. If we can get more
orders, if we can grow with more members and more members,
if we had enough orders
Yeah.
for Saitama in the EU, we wouldn't be having this conversation because it would have its own shipment, and off it goes. That's the point. The orders for Saitama overall for the EU shipment was clearly way too small to fit in its own container, and therefore needed to go with other stuff. And oh look, those have been delayed, and now oh look, it's now been delayed. So absolutely, if we can get bigger orders, quantities, we can fill up those containers, dedicate them each time, then they will all go out at exactly the same time. It's exactly what we're talking about there. Robert Elliott, how much Red Bull was consumed in New York compared to a normal day in Hong Kong? A lot less, wasn't it?
a lot less. I had one can during the show, and then I had one big can left in the fridge on the last day where we had to leave for the airport, so I quickly drank that down. I didn't want to waste it because I paid for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guys that actually gave me like 6 cans in total, drank one, gave one to Jeff, and I brought the other 4 back.
Those are the coloured ones, yeah?
They're the coloured ones.
Yeah, they're special.
I
They go to your
was
collection.
going to drink them at the show tonight, but I realised that they're much bigger cans, so I'm going to keep those as as part
Keep them part of your...
as part of my collection.
What was
yeah.
that one collection that fell on the ground or some shit like that?
Yeah, it was like it exploded.
Oh.
It exploded, then fell on the ground.
Shafai Iqbal, did you experience the Comic-Con hookers?
What?
Where were they at? I didn't see any. Did you walk
Yeah,
past
it's
Sideshow's booth and spit at them? I actually walked over to Sideshow's booth. It was on the Sunday, and I saw Susan, and I introduced myself and said, "Hello, Susan." Yes.
She like that. She's quite tall, apparently.
So why would she do that?
No, you.
Oh, I had to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um,
It'd be nice to meet her. I didn't get a chance to meet her.
I got to shake her hand. I said,
Yeah.
"Nice to meet you."
Did she recognise you?
No. I said, "Oh,
Who the
yes."
fuck are you?
Yeah, Hoedown. I'm a small potato. And I said, "Oh yes, I just wanted to say, just 1 hour we do 3 hours. No, I just said, shout out, obviously, oh, by the way, we do, a Q&A as well, like a stream as well. And I just wanted to say, just appreciate, just want to say hello,
It must be tough on her own, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
All
it
that
must be
sort of
tough
stuff,
on
yeah.
her own to do it. But she's got a big team. She's got a
Sure.
big team to
Sure.
help her
I
out.
said, hello.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. She's like, who the f? I was like, oh, you know about who that? Oh, you are watching our stream?
Yeah.
No, she just said, no, who the fuck? Oh, like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, okay. Laters. But yes, so no, that was in terms of, but as always,
That would
lovely stuff.
That would be a funny conversation to watch.
No, I was like, nice to meet you. Indeed. Christina Maguire. What is delaying the shipping of Sith? That is the ring.
She was on the stream. We just answered her.
Okay. I also noticed that Alphonse was also pushed back. Can we get some news on this as well? Alphonse had some comments. We made the legs too long. We had to reduce that down, and the head, we need to make that slightly bigger, so that we are making those changes right now. Updates on Shiranui are looking tight. Kirk Wolfram, what exactly is a Dangalang away? Sav, let us know exactly how the name Dangalangs came about. If you haven't checked out the Dangalangs group, check them out if you are a Dark Souls fan. Josh Mizrahi with an extreme depth of Ornstein, 32 inches. Is there any way you might consider tilting the angle of his spear to make it more displayable? The answer is absolutely not. You will not change the pose simply because you can't display him. You will be able to find space to display him. Joshua Harmon, my questions are incoming. Save the spot to edit in later. So I'm not doubling on questions. Fuck me. There are 8 questions. Number 1, will we be seeing a Dark Souls 2 or 3 statue first? Very likely a 3. Will the first statue for each of these games be the same character in the most voted respective poll? If
I would say
you
a
were
2.
a betting man, I would bet the house on that. Number 3, the group has substantially grown since these polls were run. In addition to the final DLC for Dark Souls 3 was released, which brought in with it some new characters that was very likely to make it close to the top of the poll. So I would wonder, would you consider running an updated Dark Souls 2 and 3 in order to get a more current gauge of interest? There is no reason why not we could do that. But actually, there's probably no point. When we do the license, we have to make the choices at the time we
Joshua is
make
on the stream.
license. He's on the stream, yeah?
He's on the stream.
Cool.
He says, sorry, Axe.
Number 4, when the Dark Souls 2 and 3 lines are in full swing, will you continue supporting DS1, or considering not renewing the DS1 license and instead focusing development of the sequel lines? That's a good question. They are all encompassing. So the answer is we will absolutely continue with Dark Souls. Number 1. 5. There are quite a few extremely large characters in the Dark Souls world across all 3 games. Doing a 1/4 or even 1/6 scale of such a character is clearly not possible. Would you consider your Dark Souls a line that is specifically for these oversized characters? Possibly. What made you decide to unveil the Dark Souls 2 and 3 acquisition in such a way? Why not? It was our time to make an impact at New York Comic Con. It was lost on the attendees because they don't know who it was in the first place. So if we could redo it, I would probably not have revealed it just like that, because there has been a ton of Dark Souls related news from us in the recent week since we did New York Comic Con. I think there was no need to do Dark Souls 2 or 3. We like to have kept that, I guess, under wraps. So in retrospect, I would have probably not announced that there. Number 7, can we please get some of the ladies of Dark Souls, Priscilla, Firekeeper, Quillag, etc., etc.? Let's say from that list, there are some on the list, Number 2, sorry, edit to 8. Is it correct that you never pursue the Bloodborne IP even once the market becomes less saturated?
due to it being a Sony IP and gaming heads having a working relationship with Sony already? It's a great question, and that is definitely a reason for now, I will say, to not sort of look into that. Daniel Illy, a question about the Samurai Champloo line. So you designed Mugen in a way that he looks best when he's viewed from below at the top of the IKEA Detov, for example. Is this the same for Jin and Fool? And the answer is no. They are more straight on. Because obviously he's doing a handstand and the others are not. Heidi Schmidt, update on a possible Okami PVC line. It's nearing 1,000 votes, and since DS is getting a PVC line, it's a good sign that Okami may too. And the answer is to that is get that to 1K, and then we will do what we need to do to get that across the line with the big C. Hopefully you guys want to rally that, because I believe that the what's the word? Okami is going to be a harder push at retail, so we're going to have to rely more on the club. So I need that even more so that people are supporting it. If we find that only our sales are just going to be in the club.
You know, the recent news about the PS4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okami.
Yeah.
That may help.
Yeah. Also, any Star Fox news? Nothing for now. Braden Sotqui. Why was Crash delayed for Canada? Is it because it's being again
Part
packed
of the,
with another shipment? Yeah.
Part of the shipment container. Sorry, guys. Peeps.
There you go. Look.
What was that about?
Keeps like crashing as well. I'm wondering if it's like smoothly or not on this bit over here.
Only here, up to there.
Look, it like destroys the whole thing. Up to the last tire. Like so, like pauses everything. It just like
Get
kinda
rid of
like-
the flame. The flame, isn't it?
It's the best thing of the thing that he's ever done. Shout out!
Holy shit, that was loud.
Oh, is it? Oh, whoops! I guess you haven't figured out doing that. What is up, Braden Cole Sokwe? Tabitha Martin now. What is up, Daryl Surgipal? How's it going, mate? We have a Sigurd Scaret. How's it going? Francesca Di Zotti. Boom, bada bing, bada boom to you, Elisa Wyckoff. How's it going, Nicholas Jolly? Boom, shout out to you. What is going on, Kirk Wolfram? Bada bing, bada boom, Jordan Rudy. How's it going? And last but not least, Mohit Makar, aka Tobias Schmidt. How's it going, Chocks? If you were doing the shout outs, you would get a bit more energy back in it. Thank God the shout outs happened after I had my kick
That was
starting.
Quick. That was quick. That was like posted like 5 or 6 in the morning, and boom, within like seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably because you normally do it
Yes.
like EU time here,
Right.
and no one's there. You know, EU's the quietest time.
Yeah.
Sort of
Varies.
like,
It
yeah.
varies. Yeah. Man, can't hold in. I need a slash.
I'll be back.
Okay, cool. No worries. So those are the Q&A, and those are the shout-outs. Joe Wall. As for new statues, we have TTs, but how close have you guys been to getting Capcom on board for Resident Evil? And the answer is never tried. Tabitha Martin. Alex, could you wear only contacts for the rest of your life if that meant you could make statues from all the TT poles? Would you wear only contacts for the rest of your life if that meant you could make all the statues from if you could make all the statues from if you make the statues from all the TT poles? Why would I want to make statues of TTs that don't do well? Unless you mean that they're going to do well? I mean, so let me know in the comments for that. I want to see what I'm trading my glasses for. And we'll ask Chocks about would he give us a Red Bull up for this. Nana say, hope you guys are doing well, and I got some well-deserved rest in drips and drabs. Thanks for asking. Number 1, have you been a collector of anything, Alex? If so, what, or do you still collect, and did you keep the packaging? Not really, actually. You know, the collector of anything. Not so much as, you know, my only sort of time I can really consider like I was collecting a lot of stuff was like back in the day when it was like these Marvel cards. I was picking up a lot of those Marvel cards when I was in the Philippines. That's sort of where my sort of collecting, I would say, was sort of from that. Then I guess when we're actually sort of making the stuff, because the thing is, you have to remember that I've been doing this since I've not had a real job. I've been doing this since the very, very beginning, i.e. like during university. So in terms of the time to start collecting things and all that sort of stuff, maybe it was would have been during university or after university and during that sort of stage, but I was actually already making the stuff by then. So I think that, I don't know if that sort of made me sort of just concentrate on just doing that as well. It's a good question, but inherently I would say that that I'm focusing on making rather than actually doing the collecting. I mean, I look and I look as much as I can and understand what makes people tick and all that sort of stuff. I've got to analyze all that sort of stuff. Oh, Chocks,
Yo.
would you give up your Red Bull
What's the question? What do I want to give it up for?
for the rest of your life if you could make all the statues from the TT poles like Rystar? Would you give up your Red Bulls if you could get guaranteed sales of Streets of Rage? That's
Would
the
I
question
give
you
my
should be asking.
upright Red Bull and get guaranteed sales?
As in enough sales to be like the best selling line ever?
Best selling line ever, but
Yeah.
better than Majora's Mask.
Yeah. 9,999, so you don't have to run around naked.
Alright. Sure, why not?
Boom! There you go, Red Bull. Quick sponsor him before he has to give it up for the rest of his life. I was wondering if you started as a collector like us or ended up making the product you wished existed. No, I gotta say that when I never once looked at the competition and said, I can make this better than you can, and I see a gap in the market and I'm gonna do that. That came over a natural course of events and understanding the market and analyzing things really, really carefully to really sort of see, and then over time improve. And the sort of the onset of 3D printing really made the barrier between companies much more narrow and much easier to be on the same sort of how shall I say that, it's much easier when it's done in 3D to produce something of something that I would say is comparable. So I'm very analytical. You might see that from my posts and stuff like that. I love to analyze things, and I think I certainly didn't have the skills back in the day to know what the hell I was doing. Just sort of through development and of my experience, so that's where it came from. As you know, most collectors keep their statue boxes and packaging. After seeing how you made the Crash exclusive packaging so high quality and durable, it becomes almost a part of the product and the collectible of that in itself. You're absolutely right. So have you thought about doing this more in lines and giving the packaging a secondary purpose rather than just store away and retain full value? As Chock says, what is it, Chocks? Buy one for...
Buy one to open.
One to display,
One
one
to
play. No, what was it? One to
one to play, right?
one to play, one to display, one
Yeah.
for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Boom, that's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
One for a gift.
Oh, that doesn't rhyme.
That's four.
One for
So-
play, one for display, and one for a rainy day. Done, 3. With how much you revealed at NYCC, are you worried that you don't have many surprises left in the bag for Friday previous themes? Absolutely, I discussed about that on that post. It's my DMX magic. That is, as I said, I'm not sure it was worth it to show that many stuff. But then again, it was also so varied and so diverse that when people come on the booth, they might have no interest in guts and just go straight to the spiral, or just on vice versa, no interest in spiral, straight to the guts. It's very, very different things.
Attract different types of
So
people.
it's hard to really say, but in terms of keeping the club well fed, but that's also something important as well. But I am the master of teasers, and I'm sure I can find something in my tease box. How's Phoenix been getting on for a while? Is the prototype complete now? I need to go and check on that. For sure. Adriano della Riva, exciting.
What?
Nicolas Jolie, do you guys know exactly when the event starts? Yup, it started exactly 1 hour and 19 minutes ago. Devon Bookbinder, is Death Star Luigi a legitimate possibility? If I was ever going to do Luigi in Mario Kart, it would be a perhaps change-o-head. Who or what is Nay? And the answer is B-O-T-W. Let's go! Brenton Friedley, first off, amazing job on Crash exclusive, much appreciated. Amazing packaging, and I hope all PVC exclusive are boxed this way. Hats off to you guys, much appreciated. Okay, now question simple one. Can you please find out what's up with the King of Red Lions waitlist conversions for the US now that you guys are back? So far, only 2 out of the top 10 have confirmed conversions. I would have thought that should have been ages ago by now.
Yeah,
Make a note,
US,
Chocks. Right. I always ask you to remind
I
me
did
to
ask
ask,
Brenda,
and then
actually.
I am going to be going to write a message right now to her and go, Brenda, and I'm going to say,
I think she's still like
please-
taking payments.
please let me know what's going on with Caroline US waitlist conversions. On Monday. Okay, I will find out. I've just popped Brenda a message. Hopefully, we will follow up with that. Number 2. Since it would be hard to have a list for the Solid Snake version's numbering, would it be possible for the Essential Edition to have a numbering on the card, kind of like the 4 signature cards? Say, for example, 1 out of 50, 2 out of 50, 3 out of 50. Yes, the answer is, like, we could probably look at, I wouldn't write 1 out of 50, 2 out of 50. What I would say is, your number is your number, but I will say what the edition size is of that, so people can see it's rare. For example, if you go the, for example, let's say, as an example, let's say there's 100 neon greens camouflages across all the different editions, and that would be Twin Snake Green Edition, Essential Edition, and Single Green. All of those are, let's say, 100. I would say, let's say you have number, and it's number, 350, and it's the green stealth camouflage. On the base, it would say stealth green camouflage, neo camouflage. Has a total of 100 units produced. I wouldn't write 1 out of 100 because it's going to be confusing to do that. So I would say the total number of this is 100 pieces, despite that your order says, let's say the total order of snake items in the total is, let's say, 500. So writing like 385 out of 500, for example, for the green version. Then on the bottom, as I said, underneath that will say, total number for this version is 100 pieces. So when you go and consider the secondary market, of course, it indicates that. 3. Will Solid Snake have red and green LED lights for the goggles? Looking into it. Number 4. Will you consider adding either red lava paint in between the bricks of Bowser base? Someone made a mock-up and it's amazing. I don't want to do anything before we launch that, and I want people to understand that there is no guarantee that will happen before we do anything like that. So it's not really high on my list to do right now. Got a lot of other things to work on. Number 5, another question. If you're interested in someone to help volunteer a booth at PAX West or near next year or later down the road, hit me up. I live 45 minutes away or so. That's fantastic news, and an only 3-hour drive to distribution warehouse where it will be to send your statues for display. Interesting. That's interesting. Definitely PAX is on our list to look very closely at. Jeff and I, and when John gets back in town, we're going to have another look at that list and see what's going on. Okay, Chris Hildebrand Jr. Hope New York Comic Con was still good for you guys despite any shortcomings. Sure. The quality and affordability of your products is fantastic against the other competitors, so you guys deserve more recognition. Much appreciated. Hope you guys come back to NYCC next year. Would like the chance to meet you guys. Also appreciate that. Also, I would like to say, out of all the statues I saw, other than Bowser and Guts, the one that caught my eye was most the Aqua Mask. That's excellent. I wasn't thinking of buying originally, but seeing it, I've changed my mind. That's fantastic news, and that's great to hear, because maybe that's. But the question is, would you have changed your mind now that you've seen it because of the con? But would you have changed your mind when we did our Friday Q&A and the reveal on the preview Friday and the documentary? Would you have changed your mind on that as well? If the answer is, and that's going to be hard to answer that. David Kurt, shout out to Gamer Toy News, and of course the fantastic work that David did, and
Wonderful pictures.
F4F is love, mate. Any update on the date for the future My Hero Academia TT? Is that on the list, Chocks? Number 2, now that NYCC is over, has the future of the Summer Champion with Jin been decided yet? I'm leaning very heavily towards doing that. Carl knows, will F4F ever do an add-on statue, for example, canon for King of Red Lions? No plans for doing something like that. The only thing I can sort of think that's relatively like that is doing a companion piece to something like Spyro, and that's Sparks. Sav Cantus, whose idea was it to make the SD Artorias and Solaire with bases? I think I don't know how it came up, but we just sort of we just said we want to do more PVC stuff, and can't remember if it was something. I'm sure it was something that maybe was that even did that probably come out when you were sitting next to me all that time?
Yeah, well, for the first, how long was I?
6 months. Before
sitting next to you for 6 months.
At least.
This desk. This desk. I was sitting right next to this guy for
Do you know?
6 months. I have a desk out there. I've been sitting next to you for 6 months, and we've been we did a lot of shit together.
Yeah, of course, it was definitely during that time because Chris rocked up and I said, right, you need to look after Chris, and he was the 1st of Jan.
Chris wasn't here when
exactly
we were sitting here.
Because he was there trying to how long were you guys trying to figure out that fucking little fucking? You haven't fucking done it yet.
Which one? Oh yeah.
You haven't fucking done it yet.
Let's get two here. Let's get two in here tomorrow. He'll understand what I want.
Right. So so I think it was a conversation that John and I were sort of talking about.
Yeah, we were saying, let's make the bases cool and detailed. Like the whole
thing was
the whole
idea.
idea.
To say it had to be detailed.
The whole idea of the concept SD was making sure that we want to stay true to the Dark Souls universe, like everything really detailed, taking best ideas from a lot of external products, a bit of this, a bit of that, mix and match, make it chibi style,
make it F4F,
make it our own unique style to it as well, and it turned out, like I said, people love it. That's good. That's great.
Will there be X versions? And there will be. Think about LEDs with these, perhaps. Can we see Ornstein's plume in action and maybe sneak that extra spear? What Ornstein plume in action? We don't have Ornstein here. That all that stuff that is, we're not going to see that for a month or so, I would say, before it gets back to us, which is ridiculous because
in action. What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
It's removable. You can actually just put it out.
What I fucking want to get is that crystal fucking dragon prototype. So I can bloody make the thing. It's stuck in a bloody pallet in New York, and can you get that shit to us, please, as soon as we can? So we've got to push on that. I want that shit here, so we can go to the next stage on that. That shit is
And we need some of those statues back so we can do some documentary videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So. Sarcantus, possibly SD Solaire will have a shield and sword for X. Who knows? Who knows? Mark Johnson, has all been revealed regarding Bowser exclusive? No, that is it. Jessica Kaslik, oh my god, there are so many comments. Yo, thanks for adding to it. Ashley Yang, is there any way to give people in the stream the code for the 100 reward points instead of just doing a frenzy 15 minutes tours afterwards and make the F4F feeding threads a little bit more sporadic? Most people will just log onto Facebook a little after the stream and claim reward points instead of watching the stream or participating in them. Just wondering. No one can really tell when a stream will end, so it's hard for them to say, oh yes, I'm just going to start right there. I'm not planning on to do them during the... I don't want to take attention away from the actual stream. Maria Spin, Alex, you need to do some explaining about that Bloodborne cosplay photo. That is all Chocks. So that is his. You can announce a chibi only line, and I'm not even going to be mad.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting idea. Maybe to do a Bloodborne chibi style. Maybe that's something that people are interested in now, though. Yeah.
Now that we're doing chibi.
Because that's quite our own thing in
Yeah.
PVC. You know,
We haven't even like reviewed everything.
we're definitely going to do some more chibi styles for different lines.
Yeah. More
don't wanna-
PVCs will come.
Yeah,
More
PVCs is going to be really, really key, as well as as well as Comic Cons.
Yeah. Because part of the analysis, like it's nice being in the cons, but having something pick up and go, and
They go
like,
hand in hand.
Yeah,
They
like the
absolutely
core
go hand in
range
hand.
will do that. The
Yeah.
PVCs will do that. We had a lot of people asking the Crash and Zelda PVC on that booth. And luckily Dark Horse was there around the corner, and we like directed the traffic to their guys, and it sold out on their booth apparently, from what I heard. So sure, it'd be nice to have something
Yeah.
on the booth in the future.
Yeah. Randy Druss, how about die casting Orny Spear and Guts' Dragon's Lair? No way will Guts' Dragon's Lair be die cast, it's too heavy. Orny Spear, maybe just the tip. Arnold Hagen, hey Alex, for which year are you planning DK's PO? What size are you thinking of Mario and Yoshi? Well, Mario and Yoshi would be the scale of Mario and Yoshi, Mario.
That'd be quite a tall piece.
Will they be in the scale with Bowser and Donkey Kong, or half of that? No, the answer is absolutely the same. They're all the same scale. They would all be the same scale.
It would be a tall piece. You're right,
Yeah, it would
Chocks.
be a tall
'Cause
piece.
It's on a.
I don't.
Well, we haven't showed that it's on what it's on, but yeah,
Yeah, it would be a tall piece.
But then Bowser's a tall piece in comparison as well.
Yeah.
How many yes votes do you want to see in Luigi?
550, I would say. But the problem is, I'm worried it's skewed that everyone's saying it's got to be Luigi's Mansion version.
I would probably just say, if we were going to try and get that deal with Nintendo,
if it went to
just
if
say,
it went to 550 in a couple of weeks, would you still think it's skewed?
Yes, because I don't think people realise it's not Mansion version.
I would say, I don't know.
But what I would do is I would ask Nintendo if we were going to do it, to do a Mansion version and see what that means.
Might as well do another poll then for Mansion and see how many that gets.
I think we need to run a poll that specifically says Luigi only, Luigi's Mansion
As the
only.
choices.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's what we
If
need
we
to
say,
do.
hey guys, we're gonna do, let's say we're gonna do a Luigi, we'll give them 2 options.
Exactly.
All right then, let's do that then. That'll be interesting.
Is it worth us just? I think we should start that TT again. Let's restart it. Have 3 options there. Luigi is yes.
No, people will say, like, if they don't read it again, they're gonna select yes and assume it's gonna be Luigi.
No. Instead of yes and no, it's going to be Luigi's Mansion version only. Luigi's Mansion. Okay, no, I'll just do a separate poll.
It's a
I'll-
separate
well,
poll, yeah.
I'll just do a separate one. Let it play out for the next week.
Mhm.
Then I'll ask a specific question afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that's what we'll probably do. I don't trust that right now.
okay. Shafia Iqbal, why do you guys keep shutting some of the posts?
What?
Does it have non-F4F stuff in it? Is it anything to do with F4F?
Were rules broken?
I have no idea. Horton, what is the estimated time frame between various suit 1/4 will be sent back to Nintendo for approval? Hopefully next week I can have something for that. Based off of the changes made go around your track record with Nintendo and other products, approval, how long will they take? I can't answer that question. Sometimes it's really quick, sometimes it's longer. Is it a quicker time frame now that you have gotten back to the first revision that took 6 months or so? For various suits specifically, the ball's back in our court, so it's going to be interesting to see how quick we can get some more feedback from that. Constantino Tampuris, Alex, where's my Kamina at? I need to ask why we haven't got any information on that. I need to find out what's going on. What's that? Also, what would the next statue be? Do we get a Gurren Lagann next? No, that would be Yoko. Marianne Letourneur. What an excitement it was when we saw you had Dark Souls 2 and 3 licenses. Cool.
Yeah,
Just one
she's a
question.
fan. She's a big fan.
Yeah, she was the one who did
A 9.5 arty.
What is up? 0.5. Are they going to be the same statue line for these new licenses like the Star Wars 1 with RT, CIF, etc., or is it going to be PVC plush lines and PVC blah, blah, blah? The answer is everything. I believe everything. Greg Michalowski Jr. Yo, Alex and Chocks, I hope you guys enjoyed your trip to America. I'm really sorry I could not get to see you as promised. Next year, Stephen Reed and myself will be there. Much appreciated, guys. You guys are, always supporting us, online. So, mad love to you, regardless that you couldn't come to see us. Anyways, Zero and Ali could look incredible. Great job. My question is, and thank you for those kind words. Number one. Zero looks incredible. The new face looks great. He resembles the artwork very well. My question is, when can we pre-order? I'm dying here. Probably in the next month or so. Also, if Zero does well, what do you think the next would be in the X line? I would say Mega Man X1 Armor. Number 3, Alucard looks even better than I could have imagined. Thank you so much. I'm anxious to see the exclusive. It is awesome. When do you think we were to see the exclusive? How about that pre-order date? And the answer is later, because I want to get the factory to make some changes on that. I will be continuing my Symphony of the Night stream tonight and tomorrow. Awesome, much appreciated for the support, guys. Do check out Greg's Greg's channel. To subscribe to his channel, it is really cool, and that's always streaming relevant F4F content. It's awesome. So much appreciated on that. Lisa Wyckoff, will we see more Breath of the Wild PVC statues aside from the Shaker Slate and Rider Slate? Are there other resin statues planned? If so, can you give us a hint or two? There is nothing planned past that right now because we want to with things taking so long to get back to us, the last thing we want to try and do is have any conversations with Nintendo about anything other than what's currently there. Let's get through that process, and then once we get further down there, we can reassess and see what is going on.
Greg of the Game on YouTube, thanks. Greg's on the stream.
Much appreciated to Greg of the Game. Philip Korsholm Nylander. Updates on lore. I've told Jeff to solicit that at wholesale to see what we can do with that. How did the Yu-Gi-Oh meeting go? There has not been a Yu-Gi-Oh meeting. It does not work as simple as that. Hi guys, I love the Mario collection, much appreciated, but the other statues that might draw a fan base are the Vampire Hunter D, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, anime version Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, or Dragon Ball Z. If you are just focused on video game characters, I would love to see Naruto Ninja Storm designs in my collection from F4F. Definitely would like to see Kid Icarus and Dr. Mario. Also, any plans for the future of these? You must be new. Thank you very much for joining the club. And the answer is, we have tried to get Akira. We tried to get Ghost in the Shell, I believe. Mononoke, Spirited Away are Ghibli, no chance. Dragon Ball Z is something that I believe is very well serviced at the moment.
Naruto Ninja Storm, the cell shaded games.
It's
good.
It's still the same sort of style as the anime. Vampire Hunter D, that is also something that is a possibility. So what is up with that? Johnny De Jesus from Robert. How is 25th Summit looking, and when is it shipping? Next week. Next week.
Next week.
I think that was asked earlier. Yeah, it's coming along. I've not had a chance to catch up with the factory since coming back from the show, so I need to look into that.
Time.
Billy Ogle. Holy shit. I've got an Activision meeting in 40 minutes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm going to bust through this.
Yes.
Any possibility for a 1-to-1 bust of Varia or Summon suit? Phase on suit. No plans right now. Jennifer Trainer. Any news in regards to the Bowser photo contest? We have done that and posted that.
Yeah, we announced the winners. Just need to give out the points.
Yep, Matthew Goggins. What was the hardest part of NYCC? Being watching a lot of potential guys walk off because they could not be asked to enter the competition. When will you open the pre-order for Ney? Asked Sigurd. Next year. Matthew Goggins, is Nightmare going smooth? It's in production. It's still taking some time, so it's going through that slowly but surely. Brendan Friedley, Donkey Kong's TT hit over 500 yes votes. If you got the license, would a diorama piece of Diddy or Donkey Kong Country be a thought down the line after DK? Absolutely, sure, why not? Christian, 3 p.m. Hernandez, I'm just adding to the post. What is this 3 p.m. you keep talking about? Is there plans for a life-size Fist 80 mask? You know exactly what 3 p.m. stands for, because you got them 3 p.m.s, mate. And any plans for life-size Deity Fist 80 mask with Nintendo? Still, once the news starts coming back and forth, we can have conversations about that. But if we were to do another one in the Majora's Mask line, it would absolutely be a Fist 80 link. Fist 80 mask based on the numbers that was shown for that.
That's done. Good job.
Phew!
Good
All
job.
right.
Alright guys, so before we're still going to do the Hoedown. We're doing that right now. Alright then. Just something to mention. I was going to mention something.
As you're mentioning that, I'm going to quickly do this. Guys, prepare yourself for the Hoedown.
Alright guys, so just before Hoedown starts, one last thing before the weekend. Taki pre-order started on that Tuesday last week during when we launched in US. And we mentioned that the pre-order was going to close tonight, Friday the 13th, and then there will be a 2-week gap, and then we will offer a last weekend chance for Taki again. So in total, it's going to be around about 13 working days for pre-orders. So tonight after the stream, we will close the pre-orders, and then the pre-order will reopen 27th. to 30th October. So closing tonight, 2-week gap, and then reopen for that last chance weekend. So it's something that we want to try with this Taki launch, so we can take some feedback, gauge the results, and then see how that goes after that.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna go for the. How do I? It says who it is right there.
What?
It says who it is right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to. It says it right there. Gotta hide it like that. Let's hold it like that. Okay, guys, as you guys know, for Who That, we're gonna show you a picture. Get yourselves ready, prepare yourselves. Make sure when you write your messages, I can see it on our stream. Good luck with it. Here we go, guys. We're gonna get the first 2 winners to actually get it right. We're gonna power through this
First
because
2 winners, right?
yes, the first 2 winners to actually get it
winners.
right. Here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Let us know in the comments, what is that?
Don't forget, guys, this week's hashtag is hashtag F4F Dragoon. Trying to throw them off there a bit.
Absolutely. Let us know what that is in the comments. Let us know what you think. What is that character? Who that? Who that?
Oh, character, it says.
Oh, okay, we have... Alright, boom! Armand and Michael Berger, 1, 2. Oh, fucking hell, everyone got it. Everyone fucking got it.
Too easy.
That was too easy, fucking
But,
hell.
we the first 2
Absolutely everybody got it right.
replies.
Boom, and that's Armand. Shout out to our man who purchased his snake at NYCC, and he is going to go first follow-up by DC himself. And don't forget, DC is going to be doing a giveaway of his points after we do the Friday, after we do the feeding frenzy. Having said that, all right, here we go, guys. Armand, do you know what you need to do? How this Who That works? I'm not sure. I've seen if you know how that works. So let's make sure that we've got that in that. For a chance to win 500 reward points, we have 3 coins and 4 hands. You have to choose which hand the coin will be in. Now, yeah, you have to choose a hand that there will be a coin in that. Where you at, Armand? Let us know. We gotta get this rocking and rolling to make sure that we can get this done. Armand, where you at? Where you at? DC, prepare yourself just in case Armand has. Oh, there he is. Pick a hand, guess the coin, all that, right? That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Here we go. For 500 reward points, here we go. We have 3 hands here. 4 hands here. Here we go. Put the hands up there. Give us a tap 1, Chocks. Give us a number 2, 3, 4. We have 4 hands, 3 coins. Choose 1 hand. You got. Give me the 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us know, Aman, which one you are going to choose. Tyler says don't choose hand 3. Remember, all you need to do, it's a 75% chance of getting this right for 500 reward points. Let's go, Armand. He says number 4. Chocks, open number 1. Boom. It's boom, boom. Congratulations. We are now. Would you like to continue for a chance to win 1,000 reward points? What's going to happen is there's going to be 2 coins and 3 hands. Again, the possibility of you getting it is going to be 66%. Would you like to play for we're going to make the assumption that you do want to pay for it, and just to make things faster, you can then see what that is. Here we go. We have number 1, number 2, and number 3. Let us know in the comments. Armand, will you be going for this? You can either say no. You can walk away now.
You can walk away now.
Yeah, you can, if you want to do it, just do it. We've got number 1,
Yep.
number 2, number 3. Let us know if you're going to go for that or walk away with 500 reward points. And let us know in the comments what are you going to do. Let us go. Adriana says all in. Michael DC says that he just caught them.
Armand says let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Okay, cool. So choose 1, 2, or 3. He says number 2. Chocks, I will show you number 3. And 3, 2, 1, boom! Number 2. Congratulations, Armand. You are a winner of 1,000 reward points. Now, here's the next one. I'm going to give you a 50-50 chance. You can keep going or you can stop at any given time. They're sorry we're rushing through this because I've got a meeting with them in like 13 minutes.
Just walk away. Just take the 1,000 points.
Here is the coin. It is the number 1, which is that.
1,000 points.
Or
On-
it is the. Or
nothing.
it is the flower. So I'm going to do a flip. You need to make the
50-50.
choice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. Let us know. Are you going for flower or number? Flower or number? Let us know in the comments for a chance to win 2,000 reward points. Of course, you can just walk away. You can just walk away.
Just walk away.
So number or flower? Let us know in the comments. Arman,
away.
what are you saying? Is it number or flower? Let us know in the comments. What is going on? Bada bing, bada boom. John, he's going to call it here and take his 1,000 points.
Yay!
Boom! Congratulations. All right, nice one, mate. Here we go. We will follow up with that. So congratulations, you are a winner. 1,000 reward points. Much appreciated. DC, it's time for you to go. Here we go. 4 hands. Three, 2, 1, boom. Give us a 1, 2, 3, 4. DC, hit us up. Where are you going for 500 reward points? For 1.
Who's this? Michael Berger?
Yeah, DC.
Yee! Michael Berger says yee!
Yee.
So welcome to Armand. He finished level 2 and walked away with 1k.
Boom. That's a winner in my
As a
book.
winner in my book. Yeah, that's less points to give out.
What is up? My luck is terrible, and I'm going to say...
You're damn right. You might as well just quit now,
say,
mate.
number 4. So, Chocks,
Yeah?
show number 1.
Well, there's 1 coin there.
Show number 2.
Oh.
50-50. 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom! Oh, DC! I've never seen somebody to lose a 75%. Man, I appreciate that, DC, that you knew that we got a meeting with Activision in like 10 minutes, so I know that you wanted us to get to that. Unfortunately, though, that is walking away with absolutely nothing. Can't
Well
believe
played,
that.
though. Well played.
Well played. That has got to be the fastest who that in the history of history.
Oh, we didn't do a what if. A what if for these guys?
Our man would only be the what ifs.
Yeah.
So, our man, if you're still there, quickly let us know, would you have chosen heads, would you have chosen number or coins? There's no what if for DC because he's already lost it. So,
Yeah.
our man, let us know
What
in
if
the
he-
comments.
what if he got it wrong again? If Michael got it wrong again, he got.
I'll
be
make
like the-
my game that much harder now. Now he's taking it out on innocence. Guys,
Yes.
make sure you check out Michael Berger's post. He's going to be giving away 1,000 F4F reward points. He will be doing a game. And Michael, I'm going to have a conversation with Activision right after this, so I won't have a chance to do my Feeding Frenzy until later. So you do your point in the next 15 minutes after
Flower.
the thing pops.
Armin says, what if he chose a flower?
Okay, here we go. Turn it around and boom! You will correct have walked away because it was a number. So congratulations, Armin. You will correct have walked away with your 1,000.
Good call. Good call.
And all I will say is, DC, if you ever get another chance to jump on the who that, do not say number 4. Everybody knows that number 4 is a unlucky number unless it's first for figures. What is up, guys? I really wanted to say, thank you so much for the support in the club during New York Comic Con. Was amazing. The the buzz that was there. The guys that came to the show, the guys who when I did the retroactively the review of the actual show and my my thoughts on that. There's a lot of support there as well. This is a
Yeah.
family, and we really appreciate that. And so thank you so much for that. So much for that, guys. My feeding frenzy will be. It's going to probably be an hour, half an hour at least after the stream. So, but do hang out in the club and keep your things open because you got an amazing point up for grabs from Michael Berger. So you can check that out. There are 85 people on the stream right now, so there will be 85 chances to win 100 reward points when it comes to the feeding frenzy, which will be in about, as I said, about half an hour, I would say, after I jump off my phone call with Activision. Unless I can say, Activision, hold the line, I've got to feed the club, but I think they might not quite be ready for that. I will, of course, ask them about, it is time, as whenever I speak to them, to ask them about Spyro possible PVC.
Maybe you guys want to place a bet if the phone call lasts more than 30 minutes.
You're in gambling mode, aren't you? You are in gambling
Yeah.
mode, absolutely. So, guys, I just want to say once again, you guys are the best. We can't do this without you. So, thank you so much for your support. And I'm now buzzing now in terms of, I felt really tired at the early part of the stream. So sorry if I was a little bit, but we made it out alive. Yeah. Are you getting hit back, going back down again?
I'm like up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Guys, much love. So I'm your host Alex.
And I'm Chockles.
Is that all right? I'm just
Chockles.
Yeah, I'm just. I'm your host Alex.
And I'm Chockles.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
We'll see you on the other side. We'll be back again 1 week's time next Friday.
Everything resumes back to
normal. Everything will be good, and we'll be, as always, sneak peeks, production updates, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the club. Peace.
Laters.